That's good. Some people have been saying they haven't got a link in the email, but I'm pretty sure they did. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
27 links were sent out.
Yeah. 1 second. Send some people. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to send some links for people who are asking for it. We'll be there soon. Okay. I'm going to start my screen share now.
What's that? What?
I've just stopped my screen share so I can send some links out to people.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm recording here.
That's right. We can edit it.
Okay, cool.
Hi guys.
Good evening.
Okay. Hey, Hayat just joined on.
Hi, Rain.
How are you, Hayat?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you, Anand?
Very good, thank you as well. I love the lighting in your room. It's like really purple.
Yeah, it's purplish.
Huh?
Yeah, it is purple.
Yes. Very cool. Okay, I just sent some links out to some people. Hayat, did you say you didn't get the link?
No.
What was the last email you received?
I didn't receive anything.
You mean when you registered?
Yeah.
You registered?
Yes, I did yesterday, last night.
Okay, and then you didn't receive anything after that?
No.
Okay. We'll get better at that.
3 people have opened the link, so it has gone out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could even be in the junk. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
And I put the link in the Facebook event as well.
Okay.
So that's there. Is anyone else asking me? Someone else is asking me as well. All right. If anyone wants to ask, I'll just quickly keep pasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Seth, why don't you share screen from your side?
Okay. Get this going.
All our videos are on like the webinar. That's so cool.
It's cool, hey? Okay.
There we go. Cool.
Looking good. Yeah, well, let me know when we get a... when we're going to begin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just, I think mute a lot of other people, otherwise the sound
Your
reverberates.
sound is very echoey.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I think, how do we mute everyone? Can you mute people?
Yeah, maybe we can do that.
Like cool if you like everyone's on here, but everyone.
I think you have to do it on your side, Steph, because you're the host.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone can just mute themselves. Perfect.
Yes. I think I can do.
Perfect.
Hey, Leah, thanks for joining.
Finally, after 10
Nice
minutes
to
of
see you.
trying. Hiya.
Sorry. Yeah,
I said
that's nice to see you. Well done for messaging in. I honestly, we tried to send the emails out to everyone.
Oh, okay.
I think sometimes
That's
it's just like you receive emails on the day you register, or the follow-up doesn't quite happen when expected.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all right. Well, all of you came from Facebook in the first place, right? So I put the link back out on Facebook for everyone to know that it can be found.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go, Seth.
Are we gonna?
Lead the way. What do you mean?
No, it's cool. It's perfect. Good evening, everybody.
Stop.
It is so lovely to have you here tonight and to be able to share our message with you. Me and Nand have been working on some super exciting things, and we've teamed up, and it's actually been such an awesome connecting and sharing of energy. We found that it's actually helped us even go to the next level in the way we learn and structure and present, and we're super excited to be able to share what we've learned with you and possibly help you guys go to the next level and just share the energy we've been receiving from the Millionaire Mentoring, from all the focus we've been doing, and super excited. So today's webinar is all about how to step into your leadership. And we've been learning this formula. It's a 7-figure formula, which allows you to go, and to step up your game and to take it to the next level, because you're actually much closer than what you think. And it's just a small little tweak, a small little shift that will be able to allow you to get to the next level. It's what I realized, sometimes you can be focusing so much on what you're doing, and something you might not be able to see or realize. But once you start to implement that is all that's needed to access the next level. So let us get going. We're going to be sharing some of our millionaire mentoring strategies that we've been learning. And, it's all about stepping into your leadership. It's all about, so let us begin. Okay, so what is this webinar all about? How to become a leader. How to learn the mindset of a leader, because if you don't understand the mindset of a leader, if you don't understand how a leader thinks and what the motivation is and what the intention is, it's very hard for you to be at that frequency, be at that level, because obviously 95% of our success comes down to our mindset. And if we're not at that right mindset, it's impossible for us to manifest. It's possible to give out that radio frequency that other people can hear, and they will be attracted to it. So we're going to be covering all the leadership activities to do daily that allow for you to be seen as a leader and to get in touch with your inner qualities and your inner, I think someone needs to go on mute here. How to market like a leader, exactly what kind of steps a leader would take when they market, so they can be positioned as the attractive factor and to be seen as a leader. Because if you're not being seen as a leader, then you're not going to be able to attract people to lead. Mentorship, we're going to be covering mentorship and how mentorship is so crucial, so important to have a mentor that's gone the route, that's gone, blazed the trail, created a path, and he's there to help share the results, to share the data with you, to share the information with you, to help you get there much quicker, to help boost you on that path. We're going to be covering a system that we're using that's generated over $10 million in the last 2 years. So it's a funnel system, and we're just going to be covering details about that as well. So get ready to step into your leadership.
Before we step into that next slide, you know, the previous slide was saying what this webinar is all about. And I just want to have a quick statement what this webinar is not about. Okay, because you know, you're all in the entrepreneurial space. I'm sure you've been on tons and tons of webinars. I myself have. You know, there's so much, they're all the same. You know, they all talk about, you know, you don't want to be in your job, you don't want to be doing this. We're not about that. You know, we understand where you guys come from. You're in the same levels as we are. If you've turned up to a leadership kind of training like this, so it's not going to be any of that. Our goal actually is to provide you with so much value. This is the first time that we're doing a webinar training where we're able to help everyone in one go, you know, because we do a lot of private mentoring. We've spoken to some of you guys over here, I'm sure. And, you know, one-to-one, you know, we give a lot of value, but we decided we want to do something that actually gives a number of people value all at the same time. So that's what it is. It's not a hard sell or anything like that, like you see on a lot of webinars as well, where they just jump straight into talking about their business and what they do. We're just going to be providing a lot of value. And we're also going to be talking about what we do so that you can see how we're applying our leadership. So I just wanted to mention that before you carry on. And yeah, we've got some really exciting strategies that we want to share, as well as some very special bonuses. In terms of, if you stay till the end, we want to give you some free tools that are really going to help you with your business, like they have helped with ours. And yeah, it's a fun lifestyle, this kind of business. So yeah, let's stay tuned and let's find out what's going on next.
Okay, so are you guys ready to hop into your leadership? You're here because you're ready to step up your game. You need help on getting a plan on what to do every day to help achieve these results. Because everything in life is a proven formula. And if you follow the formula, if you follow the steps, you end up getting the results. You're ready to shift from employee mindset to entrepreneur mindset. You know, whether you're an employee or whether you are an entrepreneur, sometimes what I've noticed is some entrepreneurs can still be having an employee mindset because, you know, based on conditioning, based we were raised by society, we've been taught to become followers. So for us to step up into our power and to step up into our own leadership, there's a shift that occurs within your mind into an entrepreneurial mindset, which is about being self-directed. It's about being self-motivated. It's about directing your own ship, because either you're directing your ship or you're on someone else's ship going in who knows what direction. So this is about grabbing the helm of your own ship and just directing yourself towards your goals and your dreams. You want to learn a strategy that is proven to benefit in all areas of your life. So learning about leadership is not just about going to benefit with the business and this particular idea that we're sharing with you. It's going to benefit all areas of your life.
Someone's getting excited.
That's right. Because it's, you know, if you're not stepping into your leadership within yourself, you're not directing your ship. And that means you're not in that much control of where you're
someone
going.
else's ship. And they're taking you to where they want to go rather than where you want to go.
Exactly. So, and you're here because you seek an extraordinary life, you know, because we can either live a mediocre, an average life, or we can make the choice to create an extraordinary life. And that choice is up to us to make because we're the one making all the choices anyways. So this life, you only have this one life as you to make all the choices, and those choices you make are going to move you in a specific direction. So it's so important to become aware of what direction do you actually want to be moving in. You're here because you want to have a business that pays you what you're worth. You know, if once you realize that your value, your worth within yourself is worth more than anyone can pay you. And a lot of this is of mindset, becoming aware of your worth, because when your worth goes up, when you can realize you are worth more and your value increases, that's when you'll start to attract more situations, more people, more value in the universe. You'll pull it towards you because you'll be giving off that energy. You value yourself and want to share and help others. Because I mean, this business model, this industry is all about helping other people. It's all about providing value that other people can use to help them get to the next level. It's not about being selfish or about being greedy with what you have. It's about giving away all the gold nuggets. It's about giving away everything, because the more value you can give to people, the more you can help them get to the next level, the more you'll be seen as a leader, because that is a trait of what leaders do. So you're here because you don't know how to become a leader, or how to step into your leadership, or what that even means. You know, like just recently, I've only discovered the true actual meaning of what it's like to step into your leadership. And that is the shift we're talking about, that occurs within you, that allows you to step into your power.
I just want to actually ask, kind of open the panel, or just kind of, get some interaction as well. This is kind of like an exercise that I get given, which is a really good way to make you realize this. So I don't know if I want to call on people, or if I just want to, let me ask the open question. Okay. If you guys have got pen and paper, that's really good. Because it's really be beneficial to you towards the end of the webinar when you answer this. So if I was to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you feel that you are a leader within your industry? Everyone's on mute, so I'm not gonna, if anyone wants to answer that, just say in the chat box, I'll answer that, and then we'll unmute you. But for everyone listening, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you feel like you are a leader? And if no one wants to answer, then we'll quickly talk about something else.
Even if it's just something for you to ponder within your own mind, a question to ask yourself if you don't want to share the answer with us.
And it's okay.
For me.
Who's that?
7, it's Claire. So probably 7, 8 for me.
Okay, awesome. And was that kind of like an instinct thought, or were you?
No, not an instinct thought. That's where I feel I am.
Okay, that's a very nice number, right? 7, 8.
Yeah, I would like it to be 9. That's what the aim is. 9, 10. 10.
Don't be afraid to shoot for the stars. Yeah.
How about 11?
Now
there are no limits. There are no limits when you're full of abundance.
Yeah.
So, Claire, what do you believe needs to happen for you to get it to the 11 or 12 or 13?
Just me, Seth. Just me.
Okay, awesome.
Just me. Continue to step out of comfort zone. Continue to learn with things like this, and keep pushing. And that's it.
Great. Well, maybe what we're going to share with you might just be the tippling factor.
Cannot wait.
Yeah, because what you're going to discover over this webinar is, like I said, we've come from employee mindsets. Most of us, I'm guessing, we've come from employee mindsets in that employee world, in a society where we're not actually brought up to become the leaders that we are. I'm here to tell you, all of you, we're here to tell all of you, you are all leaders, like actually are by nature, you are leaders. And it's only because of conditioning and society and the way our schools are run, we're taught to become followers, we're taught to become employees, we're taught to just follow essentially other leaders, right?
Yeah.
And it's time we take our power back. This is the cool thing I really love about this industry, is helping ordinary people. I don't call them like ordinary, like not special, like everyone's equal. I really believe that. But it's just certain habits, actions, mindsets that actually we can kind of devalue ourselves compared to what we're really, really worth. And actually, when we really understand what leaders do, what is stopping us doing that, which we're going to go through, you're really going to understand how you can do that. And it's once you start doing that, watch how much of a leader you will feel. We're not arrogant, we're not egotistic, we just take action. And the end result is about what Seth was saying about the giving, you know, the giving factor.
Yeah.
That will always determine who really is the leader, because a leader is not someone who goes off on his own trail on his own whilst leaving everyone behind. They actually take people with them. But before leading others, you want to lead yourself. So
Yeah.
all
It's
this
true.
cool stuff we want to touch on. Yes, Hayat?
Yeah, it's true, and I do agree. If I would scare myself at this current situation, so I would say 6-ish, but I would like to get up to 10. So
Okay. Are you here for the next hour? We might be able to help you with that. But honestly, guys, I do mean this, you know. The thought is similar to loads of things, you know. Some people are so scared about money. Some people are so scared about success, but some people are so scared about their own power. And I find it crazy. You know, both of us, we're out here to really step into our leadership, blaze a trail, get the results, show the path that can be taken, and then let others follow suit. You know, we're mentors and we have students that we show them the way as well. And our goal is to make you feel like a 10. Does that sound good? By the end of this webinar? That's what we want. You know, you're all 10s or plus, right? 11, 12, whatever you want to call it. We're not limiting you. Okay, we can carry on.
Okay, awesome.
Have you
Cool.
got
So,
transitional? Yeah. But the big thing there was about the shift of employee to entrepreneur. It's a very, very common problem, especially if you're doing entrepreneur work whilst you're being an employee, especially then. So it's really, really important you seriously have the right mindset. And that's such a common word. What I mean is you have the right intentions and you know the activities of a leader. Once you start doing the activities of a leader, you will grow. But we just haven't been taught how to be leaders. It's crazy. So we learned from our millionaire mentor, and honestly, it's seriously simple. So let's not keep the suspense going on for too long.
okay, so you're here because you've reached a breakthrough point in your life, whether you've been doing all these activities and it might just not be getting you the results that you want to experience. Because sometimes we immerse in certain activities only to realize that those might not be the activities that are the income producing activities or the activities that are allowing for us to step into our leadership and to be seen as leaders. You're here because you're in a transitional stage and you're ready for more. Either you've decided you've gotten to a point now where you just can't break through and you just can't get any further, and now you're transitioning and you're ready for something more. That is what we experienced with our millionaire mentorship. You know, I got to a certain point where I didn't know if I could go any further. And then all of a sudden, the millionaire mentoring popped up, and the mindset and the information we've learned from there has just been what I needed, that shift to get to the next level. So it's all about just receiving the right information at the right time that can make the difference in shifting your mindset. And it's all about growing daily. You're here because you want to grow daily. We actually all want to grow daily. You know, every day I want to become a bit more, learn a little bit more information, implement a little bit more, step a little bit more out of our comfort zones. Because as we gradually do it, just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, before you realize it, you're going to look back and you're way outside your comfort zone. So this is really just about stretching your comfort zone as far as you can and about being comfortable outside your comfort zone. So I'm sure all of you can relate to this, because these are challenges we've all experienced and we're all going to go through to get to the process of getting to where we all really want to be. So congrats for all of you guys being here. It means you value yourself and are ready to step into the best version of yourself, willing to take the time to be here, to absorb this information, to absorb this knowledge. You know, you could be anywhere right now, but you've chosen to be here. So congratulate yourself, and it's good to give yourself a pat on the back as well. And just wherever you are right now in your journey, it's perfect for where you are, and you can only go upward from there. So Anand mentioned earlier about if you guys stay until the end, we will be gifting you with something just to say thank you for being here. And it's a super cool animation program, which we actually use to make our promo videos. I'm sure you guys saw the promo video already.
Yeah. who saw the promo video? How did you get here via the promo video? Okay, cool. We just wanted to see that. I'll be honest, we probably spent more time doing those kind of videos than the webinar. Just, you know, it's so much fun. But honestly, that's the kind of tool that we've got in the business that we do. And, you know, it does increase engagement. Like when you watch that, did you not feel like, you know, you want to just watch the screen? You know, I've seen shorter videos than that of people talking, and I'm like, I can't be bothered to listen to that. But it's really special because there's a kind of effect when you know, when someone's drawing, is illustrating, it's kind of taking you back to your childhood days. And that's just something about it that you're really used to, the color, the imagination, whatever. There's something very engaging about it. And what that means is the engagement means they engage in the message. They actually want to follow what this content is about. I know all of you guys here are in business, or you guys are, you know, looking to attract or certain things. And when it comes to marketing, video is the way forward. However, not just video of yourself and all these special effects. This doodle animation is proven. It's proven over the last 2 years to be the #1 software.
Yeah.
To create engagement.
And it also make your posts look super cool. Cool. So if you hang around, we're going to be sending all of you guys a free copy of this. And if you need help with it, just reach out to us, or we'll be happy to show you a few things with it. Cool. So who are we and why listen to us? And I'll just talk about mine. So my name is Seth Collins, and I'm from South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa. Over the last 10 years, I've worked as a life coach, training modalities such as NLP, neurosemantics, quantum physics, clean language. Basically, my focus has been mindsets and helping people transform themselves from limiting beliefs into unlimited beliefs. And only in the last 7 months have I actually made that transition into the online world. So it's quite nice for me now because I've had the self-development over the years, and now I found a self-development industry. So it just kind of coincided perfectly. And now just learning the right formulas and how the on-marketing world works, combining mindset with marketing and just creating a superpower explosion. So I love being of service to others. I love helping people grow. It's very important for me to see people getting to the next level. And Anand is exactly the same. We both want to go the extra mile. We both want to see you get the results, because that's what it's actually all about in this industry. I've invested more than $30,000 into personal development over the last 10 years. My goal is to live a free life, do whatever I want, anytime I want to. Right now, I'm pretty free. I can wake up when I want, go to bed when I want, do exactly what I want, when I want to do it. And I think that is just the dream everyone wants to have, where their time is their own, because time is extremely precious and the clock is ticking very fast. So for us to step into our freedom and to have a free life is definitely something that appeals to everyone. I've stepped into my power as a leader, and that is what this is all about tonight. You know, once you step into your leadership, there's the shift that happens within you and there's no turning back. So super happy to be here and desire quality of life. You know, I want to live a good quality life, you know, where we can do what we want to do when we want to do it. There's no restrictions, no limitations, and it's something we all can have. It's not something that's only given to the privileged. It's given to everyone who chooses to study and develop their mindset to the point where they can believe that's possible and achieve those results. So Andy, talk about yourself a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Andy is, as I'm introduced, as you all know me, but obviously you know me from Facebook. You can see what's going on. His name's Anand and he's calling himself Andy. I just asked you guys, try and pronounce that second name of mine, if you will. So anyway, that was one of the reasons why I call myself Andy Bimji. It also has a nice ring to it. So yeah, Andy Bimji, my stage name. But I won't talk too much about my life because I'm known to do that. And okay, first thing I want to say is 1 year. Okay, guys, 1 year. Think about your whole lifetime span, and now think of what 1 year, right? So let me tell you my little story of how 1 year has completely changed my life. Because up until a year ago, when I wasn't involved in any form of entrepreneurship world, any form of entrepreneurship world, I was such a fixed full-time employee. And, you know, I was like, you know, cool. And I had my sort of fun and stuff, but ultimately I was very much just following that standard path. And I was so academic. All I was doing for so long was studying for exams and thinking that's my way to work to the top. And I'm going to, yes, I was earning very well there, but I just was not fulfilled. And, you know, having been on some experiences like traveling solo and all that sort of stuff. And I just thought to myself, like, this is the same world that I live in, you know, when I go to an employee life set. And anyway, it wasn't my plan to go full-time entrepreneur so soon, but just quickly say a bit more about myself first. So I am a mindset and marketing mentor. You know, I do coaching privately to students, whether it's in marketing or whether it's just literally in their personal development. And it's such an interesting industry, coaching, and we're going to talk about leadership soon. But you know, when you're actually helping others, that helps you grow so much. So if all of you are here in the personal development industry, it's such a cool thing to get into. But I am a qualified coach. I've done leadership training with Champion Academy, who are based in London. And I put there spiritual healer because I've been on courses about spirituality. And sorry, someone's messaging. Yeah, I've been on courses about spirituality. And if I let you know what's really been the change of my life so much, as well as all the entrepreneurship, is also spirituality. So just, you know, just letting you know exactly, you know, my story with that. I'm 28 years old, from London. And as I mentioned, employee until 2017. Now, like I said, I was not expecting to leave my job so soon. And I believe, you know, and we're going to be talking about leadership later on as well, but once I was exposed to millionaire mentoring strategies, once I was exposed to just being with the right people, once I was exposed to getting certain results that gave me the confidence to think I can take this on myself, like literally my mindset just shifted. I just did not want to be working in my job anymore. It was actually really annoying me going into work when I know how much value, how much my time is so much value. You know, the idea of investing in yourself, investing in your time is such a big thing. So I knew whilst working part-time, I could not take on as much as I knew I could. I mean, I could have gone about it the safe way of building a business whilst working. But, you know, if you've got some savings and you know how much you value yourself and your time, there's no reason why. I don't think, you know, if you can take that chance and you know you're employable, then you can go for it. So I just saying that I completely trust in myself, and I'm so glad that I have. You know, I didn't want to live with any regrets, so I made that choice and I did it. So anyway, I'm someone who loves to be inspiring, as you can probably guess from my Facebook posts. Yes, I'm in the marketing game, and yes, we're all about, you know, helping make business and make money online, but it's also a lot about, you know, inspiring others and making them believe so much of who they are. I really believe in that. You know, I don't like it when people put limitations on themselves, so I do my best to help others not feel that. I love creating, as you can tell with some of the videos and sketches that are put together. And again, you know, I wasn't in that creative mindset before, but since doing the work I love all the time, I have really started to live that. And I've just found myself again, you know. I know that's what I had in me, and I'm so glad that I'm doing that. And I love going on adventures, traveling, all that sort of stuff that, you know, I'm sure all of you do as well. But yeah, me and Seth both, we enrolled in Millionaire Mentoring. I actually enrolled in it in September. And, you know, I was exposed to another mentor, which is really, really great. But only recently, we've actually enrolled with the original mentor. And we're going to be talking about him. His name is Darren Little. And honestly, with the strategies he teaches us, like all it is about is doing. But rather than just doing, you got to understand that people know what to do, but they don't do what they know. And there's so many reasons about that. One of them is they're just too afraid to step into their leadership. So why don't I share my screen? Because I've got a couple of slides about Darren, just so you know where these strategies that we're about to share with you come from. And also to show as a source as well, like what we're teaching you is not just ideas and thrills. Oh, we had some pictures about us. I didn't know that. But anyway, yeah, I've actually used these strategies to sell $100 products, $1,000 products, and even recently $3,000 products. Now, if I ask you, if you had the most perfect business, the most perfect system, the most perfect, you know, everything, do you think, and you had almost the most perfect customer, do you still think you could make a $3,000 sale? You know, do you think you could do that? Like, a lot of people have this, a lot of people have products like this, a lot of people have systems like this, but they still can't do it. And it's no surprise to me when I start to really understand what it means to step into your leadership. So just letting you know, we put that there so that you can see where the source of all this, it comes from the right place. It comes from something that's true and proven, so that you get to use it as well with confidence. And yeah, if I just share my screen, then I can just talk to you about some people.
Mr. Stop the share.
Yeah. Then I'll show it on my side.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, 1 second. Open recent stories. Okay, just sharing now. Okay, so you guys can see, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. So as we mentioned, we're enrolled in Millionaire Mentoring, and our Millionaire Mentor's name is Darren Little. So Darren is a serial entrepreneur. He's raised venture capital. He's created his own online businesses, including, I think he invented a blackjack online game, bingo.com. He's been involved in very high-end deals and stuff, but most importantly, he's been in the MLM industry for a very long time. He's been into it for 30 years. So that's serious experience behind his belt that we get to be exposed to. He, of course, had his own Millionaire Mentor as well. But yeah, he's really mastered all of it. We're going to talk to you about his results as well. But essentially, yeah, he's someone who's incredible to learn from, not just because of, yes, he's got these results. Some people are very good at getting their results, but they're not very good at teaching it to others. You know, that's a very big thing when it comes to mentorship. When you pick a mentor, don't just rely on the results that they get for themselves. Understand the value that they have and how much value you feel you're getting from them before you even accepting any kind of mentorship support from someone. Because we are very fortunate enough to get his time 3 hours a week. And I believe, you know, you can never just buy an online program and and think that's going to solve it for you, because there's unlimited amounts of things to know and things are always changing. You really, really want a mentor who's there with you and who is, you know, giving their time, because a lot of people are high-end mentors, but there's so many students, or they're just so high up in where they are, they don't actually have the time for you on a one-to-one basis. So depending where you are in your journey, if you need that more attention and that more direct help specific to you, you really want a mentor who has time for you. And so blessed and so fortunate that we have someone like him who, you know, he, like I said, you know, he helps other people. He's taken so many families or so many members of people from rags to riches, like literally homeless people into like literally six-figure earners. And that's pretty incredible, right? He's got countless stories, not just for helping people from in their online income business or whatever. It's even things like saving people's marriages. You know, it helps in all areas of your life. Some people create their own TV reality shows because this idea of stepping into your leadership, to really step into it, to go for it. So it's very, very important stuff. And as you can see there, you know, some screenshots of, you know, the kind of coaching calls, the kind of people turn up to his coaching calls, right? And that's a screenshot of us. That's me, if you can see, and that's Seth over there. So yeah, very, very important. You have the right mentor when you do stuff. So just to mention over there, recently he actually made $150,000 in 1 month. Actually, that's not recently. I think that's actually one of his first stories. He made $150,000 in 1 month, and that's been his special story for a long time. But basically, he just set an intention. He knew he's going to roll out a company. He knew he had an idea and it was going to make it happen. And of the 30 days of making $150,000, he was up for 24 hours, I think he said, on 18 of those days. So it sounds pretty crazy, right? But then he did mention to us why he's telling the story. And I want to say this to you guys as well. So maybe I just quickly stop sharing to see my face a bit more. Can you guys see my screen?
I can see you there, yeah.
You can see my screen, right?
No, just see you in the corner.
You can just see me.
I see everyone.
Okay, can you see my present PowerPoint screen?
Not anymore.
No.
We could just now.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
great.
now we can see it.
So anyway, Darren said this, right? You know, if you're an entrepreneur, let's say you go into, for example, network marketing, for example, online marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever it is, right? You're creating your own thing. You'll decide to do something different to what you were doing now. The longer you delay doing the action that you need to do that's really going to get your results. Two things are going to happen. People are going to start asking you questions. They're going to say, how much money are you making? Have any you been asked that? That's quite common, for people from the outside who don't understand this entrepreneurial world, and have so much instant gratification. They expect results so soon. They're gonna ask these kind of questions. How much are you making? That sort of thing. And what's the other common question they ask? I think.
How long have you been doing it?
Yes. How long have you been doing it? Like, we all have these ideas. We think, yes, we can make it in this much time, but if it just takes that much bit longer, people start to not ask questions like they should need to. But the point is this: the longer you don't get those kind of results, the more you get those kind of questions, the more pressure is actually going to put on you. And really and truly, there's nothing stopping you going full guns blazing at the beginning of your journey other than your mindset. And the quicker you get to the kind of results you want to get to, the less you're going to be questioned like that. And the less you're going to question yourself as well, because it does get harder and harder as the journey goes on to actually reach to raise your level so much. Like, you really need a mentor. You really need something that really changes you. But his point there was, would you stay up that many nights in one short space of time? Like I said, I changed my life in 1 year, and he mentioned there in 1 month. Consider the grand scheme of things. It's really important. The first few months of your entrepreneurial life, you really have to go for it. And if you haven't gone for it yet, don't worry, it's not too late. We've come in that position as well. But now that you're aware, and you just have to make that decision to decide, now I really mean it. I really need to start. And you just get to your results. Results are the name of the game. You want to get there as quick as possible. It doesn't mean you rush decisions and stuff. It just means you take action quicker as possible. So it's very important you have that in mind. I'm just going to run through some stories of people who've been through Millionaire Mentoring, but just in general, the kind of strategies that we're going to go through, what kind of results that they've got. So a couple of screenshots over here. We've got my mentor, who I started with, as I mentioned. His name is Danny Joshi. He's got an incredible story. I think he's only 2 years younger than me. He's 26. And, he dropped out of university. He was in a job that was only paying about £700 a month. And he invested hardcore into himself. He invested hardcore into marketing programs. He just loads of things for personal development. He takes that very seriously, and quite rightly so. But obviously, he's in $50,000 worth of debt doing online marketing that wasn't working. But once he took these strategies on board and he implemented themselves, he's recently made $140,000 in the last 12 months. And that's a pretty incredible result for not just someone in debt, but just for someone with that age to have that kind of mindset to really go out and do it. And showing you the kind of stories to show what is actually possible, because the strategies we use are very simple. Billy and Elias, he's also another student of Millionaire Mentoring. He went from washing cars in his job to making $160,000 online in 12 months. Jennifer Gibbert, she is, they're a married couple, her and her husband Paul. They went $200,000 in debt because they've enrolled in high ticket online marketing programs. Some people have been there, and that's just crazy. But again, in the space of 12 months, look how much money they made, $100,000 plus online. So that's all come from online marketing kind of work. But when we're talking about leadership, we're talking about stepping into your leadership. Is it just about online? No, because then we've got another example here, Emily Ching. She was in real estate, and she was doing well in her job and stuff. But since enrolling in Millionaire Mentoring, her mindset shifted. Her strategy she implemented worked, and she got an extra $120,000 in extra commissions. And I think that's over a space of 1 year. And then just to touch on some other stories for recent students who enrolled in Millionaire Mentoring, similar times that we have, Justin Gregenbauer, Esther Armada, and Edgar as well. They've all achieved certain results, like I have as well, $3,000 days in 1 day. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when you can earn more in your day than you can in your whole month working in a job, like, that's what I was thinking to myself, like, why would I still be in my job when, it's just I can do things a different way and actually achieve the results I actually do want whilst doing what I enjoy more. So just a couple of things there. And I'm not sure, have we got Esther on the line here? Esther, if she's there.
I'm here, Andy.
Yeah, she's there. Also, Esther, thanks for joining us, by the way. We know you're a mompreneur. You got a busy life as well, like I'm sure a lot of people do. But you're a recent student of Millionaire Mentoring, the kind of strategies we're about to talk about. And, big emphasis on this is all leadership, right? So you just give us like a quick 2-minute kind of yeah, sharing about what you've learned from leadership and, you know, what kind of message you might want to give the people out here.
Okay, so, well, basically, my online journey didn't start, it only started less than a year ago. And when I had started, I was one of those people that was, you know, the guru's favorite customer, buying every single course. Very guilty of that, doing a lot of learning, not a lot of implementing. And I didn't really take it seriously until I would say about November of 2017 is when I decided, you know what, I'm going to really take this online journey and make a career out of it. I mean, if you treat something like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. And you know what? You get paid zero, basically, right? So I decided that I wanted to get into some personal development, which is how I came to the Millionaire Mentor with Darren. And I really worked on myself. And Darren, he teaches you things that, you know, are transferable. They're all transferable skills, right? So in terms of stepping into your leadership, really, I mean, the formula is pretty simple. All you really have to do is be coachable. Success leaves clues. So if you're in the online marketing space, you know what you should be doing. A lot of people just don't like doing things. Like they don't like, for me, one of my big drawbacks was, for example, I'm not a technical person, especially when it comes to software, things like that. So I tend to shy away from it. But I also know that Darren teaches us that, you know what, your time is precious and you need a cloned copy of yourself, like gathering groups of people and bringing them together. And you know, sharing what you've learned, right? So now I am working on ClickFunnels, working on bridge pages so that I can clone myself. But really all it's about is I feel like people are so complicated and they are resistant to change, or they don't want to step out of their comfort zone, and they know what they have to do, but they just don't do it, right? Things like even as simple as doing a Facebook Live. People hate being on video, but you know what? If you want, the way that Facebook's algorithm works is that they reward Facebook Lives. They're really encouraging video, and you know that by doing a Facebook Live, there will be more eyeballs on your profile and your offer in terms of whatever you're selling. So it's pretty simple, but not easy to do, if that makes sense. Are there any specific questions that you'd like me to answer, Andy? I mean,
I guess, yeah, no, definitely talking about being coachable. You know, if you got a mentor, sure, you can follow your mentor. But you're at a stage now where you've got your own students, right? And you're not relying so much on mentorship. So it's really just about learning how to become a leader from a proven leader. And now look at yourself, you know, like now you've got more levels to go in terms of stepping into your leadership, like everyone would, right? But you've got that confidence and drive that you just can. So that's why I think it's really cool.
Well, you know what? I think it's just all about taking imperfect action every day and not overthinking it. Just take imperfect action, you know, with the opportunity that we're in. That's by taking imperfect action. That's how I was able to generate just over $10,000 in sales in a month, right? Because you're just constantly failing and testing and seeing what's working. And too many people it's like the whole phrase paralysis by analysis. You just analyze things too much because you want them to be perfect, but that's not the way to learn. And you have to just get over that. And again, like you said, it's a mindset thing. It's all about mindset.
Absolutely. But it does also help when you know what action to take imperfectly compared to if you just thought before. You just wouldn't have no idea that these simple strategies are actually the effective strategies, rather than trying to do all this cool, crazy stuff that everyone likes to know, the latest stuff, this stuff. It's just timeless concepts that always apply.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes.
Awesome. Thanks very much for coming on, Esther.
You're
Lovely
welcome.
to have you here. Okay. Seth, shall we go back to your screen now? Hello?
Cool. Yep, going back to my screen now.
Cool. There's all my screenshots.
Okay, we're gonna stop yours. And then
Let's go straight into the strategies, I think. I'm sure they're all willing to know, but you know, it's well worth it when you learn what these strategies are. And we're going to promise you, actually, if you implement these strategies, I personally believe you'll increase your business within a week, within a month, depending on how much your speed of implementation is. So let's get cracking on with that.
Cool. So yeah, as you can see, we want to live a good life. Quality of life is very important to both of us. Freedom, adventure, exploration, travel. And I'm sure this is something everyone really wants to experience. So it's all about finding something that can create that life for you and just going full steam ahead, committing to making it happen. And that's what me and Andy have done. We're committing to this. I mean, Andy's coming to visit me in South Africa in a couple of months as well. We're going to be doing some work over here. So,
oh yeah, I want to touch on that actually. It's so funny. Like we've been working together for a while, me and Seth, just recently more closely, especially because we're both students of Millionaire Mentoring. And we just got so cool, crazy ideas about collaboration stuff. And I just set an intention. I'm going to visit you in South Africa in 2 months' time or whenever it is that we're both free. And it just happened to be the next day I actually made a $3,000 sale. And it's so cool. It's like success is a feeling, but it's just crazy. You know, when you have that why and intention, it seriously does help, because, you know, we get so trapped in our comfort zone again. Always got to stay on top of your game. Always got to want that thing. And what helped me more make that sale was, you know, my whys were very long term, but this time I set myself, I want a short term why. I want a reason why I need to earn something in 2 months' time or whatever, rather than just, you know, long term and all that stuff. You just give yourself something that literally makes your heart race, something that changes your state, and just feel the difference it will make in you and the action it will make you take.
So yeah, it's so important. It's so important to have a goal, to have a dream, and to get into the mindset as if you already have it right now. You know, as if it's already occurred, because then you can start to feel all those feelings and you can emit the same emotions, because the way we attract is based on what we're feeling, the emotions we're giving off. And so many people don't know where they're going. They're not clear on what they want to achieve. They haven't visualized it or seen it within their mind clearly enough, as if they've already achieved it, as if it's happening right now. Because if you get into that mindset as if it's happening right now in this moment, or it's already happened, then you've got the feeling. And the more you can get in touch with that feeling, the more you're going to attract yourself to that reality. So,
absolutely.
You know, we started out like not having any credibility, not having any skills in marketing. You know, we've worked our way up there. There isn't no direct elevator to the top. It's step by step. You know, if the desire is there and the belief that you deserve the success, then you can have anything you want. This is not reserved for any certain people. Every single one of you can have all the success you desire, all the success you believe you deserve, because it all comes down to belief at the end of the day. What do you believe you deserve to achieve? What do you believe you're capable of achieving? And it's so important to get clear on these ideas, because if you're not clear of where you're going in life, and if you don't believe you deserve it, the chances are you're not going to be able to have access to that. So it's so important to just become aware of these ideas and concepts, because they can free us. And 95% of our success, it's all up here. It's all mindset. And it's all what you're thinking about majority of the time. So that's why self-development is such an important key in this process. So the realization we're having right now, after enrolling in this Millionaire Mentoring, what we're learning is shifting our mindsets about how the industry works and about what needs to happen within it to become successful. Because if you do not know what to do to become successful in the industry, if you don't know what mindset to have to become successful in the industry, it'll be very hard for you to achieve that success. And that is why mentorship is so important, and self-development, and just modeling those who have already achieved the success. It's so important to model the people who have already achieved the success. Because
exactly.
that's
Until
just
then,
a
you
shortcut.
become confident. Yeah, it's a shortcut. You know, I actually used to be the kind of person that I wanted to be. I kind of think there's two types of entrepreneurs. You got the creative entrepreneur who wants to kind of do their own thing, who has their own big idea and wants to bring that to the market and all this stuff. And you got, I would call it the copycat kind of entrepreneurs, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just copying what already exists and what's already out there, right? And I used to be very much the first one. And when I say used to, I still am, but I used to only be the first one so much. You know, I just didn't want to surrender to this idea that something is so simple, but I just want to do things my own way because it's more fun. But what I need to understand is, you know, when you learn from something that's proven to work and you actually really understand the deep reasons why, then you can take those reasons and put that into your own thing. You know, so it depends on your risk appetite and stuff. But if you want results, it is really, really important to surrender to concepts that you just never thought of. And you think, no, that's too simple. But actually, it's the most important thing, because then we can overcomplicate things and it's just a longer learning curve. Usually it's typically about 2 to 4 years to really work things out, unless you have someone who's showing you the way.
Exactly. So the information we learned kind of changed the mindset. I know we've been talking about that a lot tonight, and it shifted the mindset because it's not what we thought it was. You know, it's what we learned from Darren and what the Millionaire Mentoring is teaching us is that this business model, this industry, it's not a features and benefits model. And for those of you who don't know this, you know, like when I started, the first thing I would do was paste my link, tell people about my amazing features, my amazing benefits of my products, and just wasn't getting the results. And I'm sure so many people can also relate to this. So, you know, when Darren told us this, he was saying to us that he was the #1 earner in his company. And he did not talk about the business opportunity. He did not talk about the features and benefits. So how did he become the #1 earner if he wasn't talking about those details?
Yeah, guys, I would actually touch on that. Like, if you got a pen and paper, I'd really write this down, because this is crucial. And most likely you're going to be a lot of pain if you don't actually follow what we're about to say. As in, it's going to continue that way. And that's what Seth said over there. This is not a features and benefits business model. As Seth mentioned, Darren was a top income earner in many of his companies. Not once did he talk about the business. Not once did he talk about the compensation plan. Not once did he talk about the company in general. Not once did he talk about, again, features and benefits, right? And it's so funny because you think, well, what the hell? How are you making this money, Darren? Right? Is this illegal stuff you're doing? It's really not. And this is the one-liner that blew me away. Maybe it takes a bit of time to let it sink in. You're not selling them, you know, you're not selling them your business. You're not selling them your products. You're selling them their vision. Can I say that again? Did everyone get that? You're not selling them your products. You're not selling them your services or your company. You're selling them their vision. It's so profound, honestly. And since I've understood that and started actually implementing because of that, I have got all the results that I could have asked for, really, compared to what I was doing before. And, you know, Seth was talking there about, you know, spamming people with links and stuff. I mean, sending people links, talking features and benefits. We all know, right? We're all quite smart here. We don't ever think to do that. But even the people who try so hard give so much value to the market in terms of, you know, nothing salesy, just giving so much value to the market. But when it comes to making a sale, when it comes to recruiting someone, when it comes to, you know, that form of relationship bit, what you most likely would have experienced by now, I'm sure a lot of you, you'd have experienced pushback. As soon as you talk about features and benefits, you think, okay, this is the right prospect, it's the right type of customer. You're pushing them away. And why is that? Because let me ask you, did you guys join the online marketing industry, the network marketing industry, the relationship selling, coaching industry because of the features and benefits of stuff, you know? I'm guessing not. You know, most people, yeah, they're not in this for the features and benefits. And I'm not saying you're in this for the money alone, but the money is a massive factor, right? Because that contributes towards what? Your vision, right? So if you talk up their vision and you combine that with the value that you've already given, and the value of yourself as a leader, they see you as a leader, most likely you're going to get a sale. So that's something very, very important. If you ever talk about features and benefits again, sure, you might get some sales, but most likely you'll face a lot of rejection, a lot. And we want to help you make sure you don't go through that. You focus so much on the value and you focus so much on the other person. So yeah, thank you for listening to that bit.
Exactly. It is an industry which is based on self-development and leadership. That is our model. It is a leadership model, and this is something we've both realized even more so after Darren's been sharing his information with us, that this business model is about exactly what's happening right here, right now, getting in front of people, providing value to them, targeting the pains in the marketplace, because the leader is the one who can solve the pains in the marketplace. He's got she's got an insight into the pain in the industry, and they've blazed a trail. They've learned something, implemented it, gathered results, shared the information, which helps people to solve their pains and get to the next level. So it's all about offering value that can help people grow, and high level value, the highest level value that you can give, that another person can utilize, that helps them get to the next level. That is what is one of the qualities of what this industry is all about. It's about giving, giving.
Yeah, and I just want to touch on the word value. You know, it's such a generic word, really. But what really is value? And when we talk about, you know, the idea of you're not selling features and benefits, you're just giving the value. And they're actually, this is what's happening, okay? When you're demonstrating all kinds of value, when I say value, I mean solutions. I mean solutions to the problems they are going through, you know? That is value. Stuff that makes someone feel happier and healthier, stuff that makes, anything, resolve their pain, get rid of that pain. That kind of information that they know that they can use to implement is valuable, right? So that's what I mean by value. And when you're demonstrating all these you're giving all the kind of information that's already giving them so much value. Yeah, that's what I basically mean. When someone buys into you, let's say you're a coach, let's say you recruit and you're in network marketing, let's say you're in affiliate marketing, you want to sell this kind of program, they are buying your value. You know, we all know this kind of thing where people join people in relationship marketing rather than people buying the products and services. Yes, they're buying you, but are you the most important thing they care about? No, they care about you because you're going to provide them with the value that's going to help them take themselves to their vision. They care most about themselves, which is their vision. So it's all about the value, which means, yes, solving problems. And it's usually stuff that they haven't solved themselves already, but you've learned what the problems are. You've learned what kind of solutions you can get, and you don't get them straight away. It comes with testing. You know, marketing is all about testing as well. But obviously, if you've got a mentor who's got the solutions, you just have to market those. So lots of value in that.
So the most important part about this business is stepping into your leadership. It is the most crucial part of it. It's the fuel behind the business. It's what empowers you to make everything else in the business actually work. And a lot of people aren't stepping into their leadership. Everyone knows what activities they need to do every day, but why do they not do those activities? So this is
also, sometimes people don't know what those activities are because we haven't shared some of those yet.
No, they don't know. But once they do know, this is what will change the whole game for them in their business. So what leadership is not, sometimes it's good to see what it's not before you can realize what it is. And it's not about waiting for someone else before you take action. It's not waiting for someone else to tell you what to do. It's not about following anyone else's path. It's about creating your own path. It's about creating a unique way of getting a result or achieving an outcome. It's not only about you. It's not only about you. It's not about having massive results first. A lot of people think they have to have this massive income story or have all these results before they can be a leader or before they can step into their leadership. So it's not about waiting. It's not about waiting. It's about implementing action, speed of implementation. The quicker you can learn something and actually implement it, that's what leaders do. It's not about fearing stepping outside your comfort zone. It's about getting comfortable outside your comfort zone. And it's not about caring what anyone thinks. So many people are so worried about what other people are going to think. Leaders don't care what people think. They just do what they need to do, and they're not worried about rejection or any of those negative energies that might come their way.
And yeah, also, can you go back quickly, Seth, on what leadership is not?
Yeah.
This is kind of going back to the whole employee mindset kind of thing. Because you might associate your managers, you might associate CEOs. Yes, of course, they are leaders. You know, they have a team and they are leaders. You might associate the president of the United States, or anyone that you associate. There's usually some form of title. And growing up, we kind of think of leaders like they have to have some sort of status or title, or even like you mentioned over there, some people think they can't be a leader because in their definition of leader, a leader is someone who's already got some sort of results. They kind of think, okay, the time I became a leader was the time I got the result, or things like that. But that's the kind of conditioned way we've been brought up to think that's what a leader is. A leader is not. A leader is the character. A leader is not all these definitions and criteria of things. If you got a pen and paper, I'd definitely write down the name of this book. It's called The Leader Who Had No Title. It's by Robin Sharma. He's an amazing writer. He's an amazing leadership mentor. And he actually talks about leadership being a philosophy, and he was talking about a story about how the cleaner, the one, cleaning all the laboratories and stuff, he showed why they were a leader. They took ownership of their job. They took ownership. They led themselves. They live with truth. The name of the book, The Leader Who Had No Title, is by Robin Sharma. Yeah. So yeah, he talks about leadership being a philosophy. And again, we want to mention this because this is the kind of stuff that blocks people, especially when it comes to affiliate marketing and all that sort of stuff. When they think they haven't got results yet, that they can't, when I say results, they're always thinking the money results, but actually any result is very good. They just think they're not worthy yet because they haven't got a result. So they can't say they're a leader. A leader is a characteristic. It's it's acting your truth. It is going first. I don't know if we got a slide coming up later, but we really dumb it down. What really is a leader? Have we got that, Seth?
Yeah,
yeah, that's the next one, isn't it? Let's go. But yeah, don't get thinking it's about the title. It's about hierarchy and all this sort of stuff. And when I said being a leader is not, there's not a specific point in time in life where you become a leader. Leadership is actually a process. It's not like a title or anything. It's a process. And being a leader starts from now. To get the kind of results, you need to perform leadership activities, which is just taking action. Leadership starts from now. It doesn't happen. It's not defined when you get a certain result or when you get members of your team. People think you need a team of people to be a leader, but you honestly don't. You just need to be a giver. And when you're giving, that's a form of leadership as well. They don't have to be in your team.
So it's all about taking action right now, in this moment. Leaders don't wait. They just take action. They just go for what they want. It's about learning something, implementing it, getting a result, gathering data, and sharing it. It's about blazing the trail for others to follow. You know what pains there are in the marketplace, and you know what people want to hear. You know what people need, what can help them get to that next level in their growth and in their evolution. So it's about providing that high level value that addresses people's pains. It's about helping others gain success, about watching other people grow and assisting on that process. It's about being a humble servant leader where you lead with your heart. You lead with other people's intentions and having your heart and your intention about seeing them grow and blossom. And it's about being ready right now, because so many people are waiting before they feel ready enough to take the action that's going to get the results. But I'll tell you a little secret is that you'll never be more ready than what you are now. And if you're waiting to learn something or to be at a certain level before you think you're going to be ready, you're thinking about it in the wrong way, because you're ready right now. You're a leader right now. A leadership is really about just actualizing into the realization that that's what you already are, and then taking action on that.
Can you just go back a little bit? I just want to talk about learn, implement, share.
We're going to get to that. I've got a nice slide on that.
Okay, that's later on. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So what is the mindset of a leader? What can I do today to add the most amount of value? That is the first question to ask yourself on a daily basis. What can I do today that can add the most amount of value to help other people get to the next level? Focus off of you and onto others. The focus is, how can I help other people? What can you offer other people that can solve the pain of the market? So leaders lead with purpose and intention. You take the lead on purpose and with intention to do what others don't do and to help others to get there. So to do what others aren't doing, whatever you see the majority of the people are not doing, that is the leadership activity to actually start doing. Because the majority of people don't want to step into their leadership, so they avoid the leadership activities. And this is a leadership business. Those are the activities that actually give us our paycheck, that actually generate income from doing those activities. So a leader creates more leaders, doesn't create followers. Where when we're talking about the employee mindsets, they're coming from that mindset where you've got your boss and he's seen as a leader. He is not creating leaders, he's only creating followers, because he wants to be on top and remain on top. Whereas when we shift into the entrepreneur mindset with the context of a leader, the leader is someone who creates other leaders. It's someone who brings people on par with them because they're not competitive. Their goal is to see people get to the next level, to see people grow, to see people striving for their best and to bring it out of them, because everyone has that greatness within them, and it's the leaders that know how to bring that out of people. Leaders love stepping out of their comfort zone more and more and more every day. Every day do something that allows you just to move even more out of your comfort zone, a little bit more and more and more and more, and as much as you can, because that is the point in which you are growing, and that is a leadership activity. The heart-beating activities are the activities that let you know you're growing and that you're stepping into your leadership.
Yeah, just a word about just go back one slide. What was the last bullet point? Yeah, stepping out your comfort zone. So guys, I want to let you know, this is what I get taught as the definition of confidence. Confidence is essentially competence, right? We kind of think they're two different things, but actually confidence is competence. And how do you grow your competence? It's by learning new things, learning things that you didn't know already, and essentially taking the action. So what that really shows is, by taking that action, that's actually how you get more confident eventually. Sure, you're not there right now in terms of something new that you want to do, but confidence is actually competence. And then you can imagine, if you're living with confidence, just how much ability you'll be able to have to give, because giving is what will actually make you successful. You know, people don't have confidence in what they want to give, and they hold it back, because there's a lot of people I know, right? A lot of people, they have so much value within themselves. They've learned so much personal development. They know what to do. They know all this stuff. They actually implement it as well. But a lot of people, you know, if you think about the ratio of how much value do you have that you know and that you've experienced versus how much value do you give, just understand that how much value that you give, that's what's going to determine how successful you are. So yeah, you want to get to a point where you have so much confidence of what you can give, which comes from having competence of what you can do, to get confident at it, to then be confident at sharing it. And now we're going to get onto this slide, which I'll be honest is $1 million slide. So take a screenshot if you want. It might not make sense to you right now, but we're going to start talking about it.
Do you want to explain it?
I'll explain it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, maybe you like this one.
Okay, great. So the title of this strategy that we are forever going to use, and this is what's going to take us to our promised land. It's called Learn, Implement, and Share. So let me just talk about what we normally are used to doing. Okay, we went through school. We learned from however many years old, 5 years old, till high school, till college, till university. Then we did professional exams at in employee or whatever. Maybe some of us stopped at university. So that was a stage of learning, right? A long stage of learning. Then we get into the real world, and that's our time to start applying. Sometimes based on our education, we don't even apply what we learn, but disregarding of that, we then have waited all this time, right? 5 to 21 years old, to decide now we're going to start implementing, right? And when we start implementing, we're in our jobs. We're in this for our own kind of mindset, and we're not actually doing much to share. And it doesn't really apply so much in the normal employee world or certain jobs. But for this industry that we're in, which is, like we said, personal development and leadership as an industry, it's actually all about the sharing, the giving. So what is this strategy? Rather than learning until you feel, right, now I get it. Now I can start taking action. Now there's no holes in what I want to actually implement. I might get it wrong. So I need to have this completeness of learning. If you do that, you're going to be learning forever, right? I'm sure that we talked about earlier about taking imperfect action as if we need to know more to feel more confident. But no, this is about learning a small chunk. Okay, I know what I'm saying is very, very simple, but if you actually implement what we're about to say, this is going to make a difference in your business. You learn a small chunk. This is just about progress, okay? Now, if you think about the leader as well, their intention is to give. We say readers are leaders, but I actually disagree. I think leaders are readers if they have the intention to read to be able to give back. A lot of people go into personal development and they just want it for themselves. They just want it to make themselves good, and it stays at that. Now, I'm not saying that people who don't give, they think about themselves, but if they had a higher intention to actually give what they're going to read, if they feel there's something here that's useful for someone who hasn't read what I've just read or learned or watched or whatever, they will actually read in such a way that actually makes them take action. Because how many times do people do their personal development, do their research or marketing, learning or whatever, but they don't implement? They haven't had the mindset that they want to be able to give something back to the marketplace. When I say that, I mean give back to people who actually haven't got this value or information, but they could do with it, right? So just recognize as a leader, right? Kind of think of it as someone in front of someone else, as a basic kind of, idea of what a leader is as well. If let's say you're on day 0, and let's say you learn something and now you're at tomorrow. Tomorrow, you are a leader versus who you were at day 0 when you started. And if you're the kind of person that values your time and you invest your time into personal development, leadership, all this kind of value, whilst other people are not, you have certain value that you can give to others. Now, the reason why this is important, we talk about this being an industry where people join people, right? So if you are giving something that someone else could do with, guess what? you're being seen as a leader. And the more you get seen as a leader, not just will your confidence grow, but you'll have more and more people wanting to learn from you. It starts with very, very small results, very small decisions to take action and implement something, you know, because you just need to implement to be a little bit better than you already were. Once you're at that stage, it doesn't have to be about money results. It could be about how many leads did you generate. It could be how many new friends did you make, such that they're good quality. It could be, you know, just certain market testing that you might have done. And you found something that works because you implemented, right? You don't not think about crazy results yet. You're just thinking about something that slightly works. But if you don't share it, no one knows what kind of value you have. You'll get so stuck in trying to get to the next level, the next level, the next level, but you forget about giving back. And that's a missed opportunity to get seen as a leader. The more you get seen as a leader, the more it shows the more people value you, and new people will come to see this and see that you are being a leader as well. So the whole point here is not to try and think you need to learn everything and then you start implementing, because really you're never going to get implementing. But once you implement, you have to collect data. People are interested in results. You know, they're not just thinking about, oh, I feel so good and all this sort of stuff. End of the day, they care about themselves. They want their results. So you need to collect data. You need to collect proof of what you've implemented actually worked. So you actually implement it in such a way that you want to document this so that you can share it. And that's the simple formula. Learn, implement, share, all at the same time. You don't know everything, so you don't need to be the biggest leader. You just need to know a little bit more than the person behind you. Sometimes they'll pay for that service if you just happen to know something more than them, because they haven't got the time, or they didn't take the time to learn it like you did. But the most important thing is to share it. And one of the best ways to share it is like doing this, doing a webinar where you can gather groups of people and you're sharing the information with them of what to do.
Exactly.
Does that make sense, guys?
So basically, we're sharing with you what we learned a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So we learned it, we implemented it, we put the slides together, and now we're sharing it with you. So something you can do is, if there's anything you learn or find of value in the webinar tonight, you can start implementing it tomorrow, getting a result, gathering your data, and then share it with people. You can share with them. So maybe you teach them a few of the things you learned here. The results you get from teaching them, you share that data. You can say, I learned this, so, and you can be specific, because this is not a hype business. It's a data business. It's about sharing data. And as you progress, as you teach more, your data will increase and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and people will see the journey. And that is what's going to bring people to you, is because of the data that you have to share with them. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense to you guys? Cool. So learn, implement, share every day, at least.
All at the same time.
All at the same time. As soon as you learn something, teach it, get a result, share it. This is very small, but it is extremely powerful. And if you apply it, if you implement this, you will get the results. You definitely will get the results.
End of the day, it's about people wanting to join you, people wanting to buy your value. So the more you're giving your value in such a way that it's come from a proven place, then that's giving someone something that they want but don't have. Every little step, no matter how little, no matter how much more, no matter how small more compared to where they are, it's valuable stuff. Yeah. And the more you give, the better you'll get as well. Okay.
And there's always someone behind you. So whatever you know, someone will benefit from it. They will.
Yeah.
So why don't people step into their leadership? Because this is quite a big one for a lot of people to understand. A lot of people, they don't know how to. They're afraid of rejection. They don't know the steps. They don't know the formula. They don't know, because of what we've been taught as an employee mindset is different from an entrepreneurial mindset. So it really is about adapting and adjusting to that mindset. They don't realize how much value they actually have. Because if you're not able to go inside yourself and discover how much value you have there and recognize all the value that you contain. It's impossible to share something that you don't realize you have. You can't share something you don't contain. So it's about recognizing the value that you have. They don't know how to learn and implement and share on a daily basis all at once. They lack the proper mentorship to help them get to the next level, because a mentor is someone who's on a much higher level, but he's learning, implementing, and sharing that data with you that helps you catch up to that level if you implement the data that you're receiving from the mentor. The human conditioning, all the limitations, all the limiting beliefs that we've picked up from our parents, our society, our peers, that only serve to prevent you from growing. So it's all about unlearning these limiting beliefs. And this is where self-love comes into play, because the more you love yourself, the more your value increases, the more people will recognize the value that you have to offer. So self-love is a really big one, and I know it's one that Andy's really passionate about.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where spirituality comes into play a lot. But you know what? It's no joke. It's actually a really serious thing. You know, conditioning. I call it a condition. You know, just like how we talk about it in medicine as well. It's a serious condition, this human conditioning thing. You know, people feel their lack of self-worth, but you know, deservedness as well. Let's think about it. People learn, people do stuff, and we talk about this whole idea, yeah, you can be the best version of yourself, all this sort of stuff. So some people, they can be exposed to the value, right? Serious value that actually makes them, actually, this is really valuable stuff. If I start using this, I can implement it and I can create a result that's incredible. Sometimes that value is sitting right in front of them. It could be an amazing business opportunity that they just need to share. That's a lot of value on its own. It could be a piece of learning that's so worth it to start using to do. But the reason why people don't do that, or they don't choose to add value to themselves, is they have a serious self-issue of self-deservedness. I don't deserve this value. And deep down, that is what is going on a subconscious basis. I don't deserve this value, so I don't want to take it in, and therefore I won't give it out as well. It's a really serious thing. For people to feel that is really sad. But the more self-love you have, the more you will feel of value. You'll be happy to accept more value, and you'll be confident to give that as well. So it's just a very, very important thing, this human condition, and we're never going to escape it, by the way. You know, I have elements to myself where I know I can lack slight worthiness, but it just happens without you even realizing. It does happen to everyone. Even our millionaire mentor, Darren Little, he says it himself, you know, in the depth that he goes to, it does happen. You're never escaping it. So all you can do is be aware of it, and at least you know, it's not like you, right? It's not you being like, I don't deserve it. It's just a biological kind of thing. Like I said, human conditioning. It's not who you really, really are. It's the effects of your past. It's the effects of society, everything like that. So you just need to understand that you can change that by just being aware of it, to accept, okay, that's the reason why I feel like this. It's not really who I am. So you just ignore that then, and then you start taking action, and you start accepting the value that you can start giving.
And if you feel the fear, just do it anyways. Just take the leap. Just do it. Okay, so the difference from where you are now to where you want to be, it comes down to whether you're willing to be coachable, whether you're willing to do all the leadership activities. Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone? Are you ready to jump into implementation as soon as possible? It's quicker. The speed of implementation is the key to your growth. How quick can you learn something, implement it, and share it? Because once you can do all these activities, you will be steering your ship, and you will be in command of your own boat. You'll be driving towards your dreams in your chosen direction, the self-directed direction. And you will know, because when you're doing those activities, those are leadership activities. And when you engage in those activities, that's when you get seen as a leader, and that's where you achieve the results of a leader. It's actually such a simple formula. So what stops you from stepping into your power more? What stops you from stepping into your leadership? Because whatever you believe is stopping you is the chunk of information to transcend and transform, so that you can step into your leadership. Because if you're not stepping into your leadership, this is a leadership business model. So if you're not stepping into your leadership, your business isn't flourishing. It's not going to be going as good as it could be going.
Yeah, and if people don't see you as a leader, there's a high chance that they don't want to join. You know, I'm sure a lot of people here have been in the industry, and whether it's network marketing, whether it's affiliate marketing, they've bought a program from someone that they kind of see as a leader, or they've joined a business, yes, to have their own vision, like I said earlier, but would they have joined it if it was coming from a source of someone who they did not see as a leader? They really wouldn't have, and I'm sure you wouldn't have either, unless you saw them, or not them, or someone within the company, the business, or whatever. You see something there. You feel they're the leader. They're the one who can help take me to my promised land. You know, whether it's the value, whether it's the person, it's really critical to be seen, not seen, just seen, but to be the leader.
It's really just about getting in touch with the source of your power, the source of your energy, the source of what you believe in your heart and in your soul is where you stand in conviction. It's conviction, it's knowingness, it's certainty. When you're standing in conviction, you will be standing in your leadership. And this is a trait. If you look at all leaders, they are so certain. They have so much conviction. They're so strong in who they are. They're so strong in where they're going, and they're so certain. So these are qualities that leaders contain. And conviction is such a powerful energy to have. When you are walking through in conviction, you will be unstoppable. You will be able to achieve anything that you set your eyes on achieving. So whether your challenges in the industry are, say, for instance, getting leads or attracting people to join your business, or fear of rejection, team duplication, not knowing your worth, fear of success, you know, there's such a big list of challenges a lot of people can go through. And a lot of this is being caused by the lack of being able to step into your leadership. Because when you do step into your leadership, it will solve majority of these challenges you are experiencing.
Shall we explain why? Because I think it's very interesting. Because what we've listed here are actually some common pain points of the market. I'm sure you might have experienced these yourselves, whether you got started or whether you're still experiencing them. But this is generally kind of very common pain points in the relationship marketing industry. And it gets marketed, you know, when they say speak to the pain, you know, they say, okay, you know, market like this and people will join attraction because this is the true pain. But underlyingly, because I'm someone who likes to go to the fundamentals, I can see that the pain point, yes, this is a result of another pain point. And the result and the original pain point is the fact that people are not stepping into their leadership. And the reason why, if we go for it one by one, getting quality leads. So it's also about, being able to get the quality leads and also being able to help convert the leads. So they're not just leads, they actually turn into sales. You're able to recruit them. So first of all, a leader, you know, when I say leader, honestly, you're not egotistic people. You're not like, I can just lead everyone and anyone. You know where you lead, you know where your strengths are, and you know that you know what action you want to take the most, right? So any stuff that you don't want to take action on, you're not going to be a leader in that because you've not gone out there and implemented and got results in that, right? So it makes sense that you want to lead the people who want to go where you're going. And there are a number of people who want to go where you're going. So it's not about leading everyone and anyone. It's then about choosing who is it you want to not lead, who is it you want to help. If you get that defined properly, then there's a good chance you're going to understand what pain are they in. And when you market to their pain, then you're actually attracting them, because the solution you're going to provide is of value to them. People are attracted to the value that's of value to them. So as a leader, you'd have identified what's the pain in the market, and you would have given out content, or you'd have done something that draws attention because it's solving the pain of the market. Now, for a lead to go from just being a lead to then being a paying customer, to being a sale, to being a recruit, like I said, people join people, and people join leaders out of all kinds of people. So if you're not stepping into your leadership and you're not demonstrating leadership qualities, and you don't have that confidence of a leader as well in what you do or where they want to go, they're not going to join you. So that's one very important thing. And another thing is, you might have a lot of value in you. You might have a lot of, great knowledge and skills, but you've just gone off on your own. Now, if you've managed to attract leads and they are not also converting, some people expect these leads to come to them. You're the leader and there's the lead. Some people just expect more and more and more and more attraction. A leader doesn't just go off on his own. A leader actually meets the person who needs help. It meets them where they are and brings them through the trail that they blazed through with them, right? They didn't just do it on their own and stay in there. They actually went to get them, and they're helping them come this way. So it's actually getting more and more and more about giving the value, speaking to where they are, and then giving the sharings that they can understand, such that they will keep wanting to go the same path. So if your leads are just sitting there like lead, then it's because you're not doing your job as a leader to come meet them where they are and help them on their journey like that. So it's also about, say, recruiting as well, very important there. The fear of rejection, I feel, is a really important thing to address here. Like, what is it people really fear about rejection? At the end of the day, it comes back down to your self-worth. It's like, oh, I'm not worthy enough. They didn't want me. But let me tell you this, and this will change your mindset. If you have a fear of rejection, this will change your mindset. See it as, when you're offering something, all you're doing is giving. Now, why are you giving? You're not giving because you want to make a sale, okay? You're giving because you genuinely want to add value to them, right? Now, let's say, for example, you've got a gift in your hand, you've got a present, and you're not going to sell it, remember? You just got a gift in your hand and you just want to give it out to someone. Are you going to have a fear of rejection? Are you going to have a fear of rejection for giving a free gift to someone? You're not. The reason why people have that fear of rejection in business is when they feel something's coming back to them and they're making this all about them. But like we said before, take the focus off of you and put it on them, because that's the characteristic of a leader. Imagine, I was thinking about this example. Imagine you're speaking on stage as a public speaker. A lot of people get really, really nervous, or they may just feel something that's like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. What are they going to think of me? But if you see it as a place of, here's the value I have, I just want to give it. It's not like I'm expecting something back, and it's not like I hope they see me in such a way, and then you're again making it about you. You're putting all the focus on them. If you didn't come across the best way you could, that's fine. It's not to say like, oh, I'm not worthy enough, I wasn't as good as I thought I am, all this sort of stuff. The fear of rejection literally comes down to, in my opinion, self-worth and self-deservedness. Because if you do see yourself as worthy, even if you make a mistake, you're okay. There's no fear of rejection when you're thinking of it as, what are you giving, not what you're trying to get from something. And maybe sometimes you fear the rejection because there's some sort of truth in what you're offering is not something that you really, really want to give or that you really believe in, but you're going to see that someone's rejecting that. I had that, for example, in network marketing. I had this fear of, no, I don't want to call them up because they're not going to want it. It's because I know myself. I just know they wouldn't want it. So I don't want to make that sort of phone call. I know I'm just going to get rejected for it. wasn't really a fear, it was just more a sense of me just not wanting to do that. So that's rejection. Team duplication. Do you think you're going to duplicate your business if you're filling it up with a bunch of followers who then don't want to copy the same thing you do to get themselves results? Team duplication is so important if you want to live a lifestyle where you can actually be free, because we're not in this business just to have another job of working for ourselves again. We're in this job to be able to duplicate. And even if it's not in the sense of, you know, network marketing, but even affiliate marketing, you want to show that you're not the only one getting results. You can duplicate this for others to be able to do themselves. But a big reason why people maybe don't achieve team duplication, first of all, they're not leading such that these people are able to duplicate. They're not really helping them get their results. And secondly, they're not attracting the right people. Leaders attract leaders. So the more you step into your leadership, the more you won't just set, let's say you got a prospect there, you know they're not so, you know they're just not really so up to it, but you want to make that sale, right? You know they're in a bit of a place where they'll take it, but you know they're not up to this activity of growth of stuff that you've gone through yourself, but you want to make that sale. So you're like, yeah, cool, I'll make that sale. But a leader wouldn't think that way. A leader would think what is actually right for them. They'll try and ask them and find out what's going on there. And therefore, they wouldn't be in this problem where they don't have non-duplication. You have more duplication when you're attracting leaders. To attract the one, you've got to become the one. So that's the problem with team duplication. And I've mentioned quite a lot of stuff about not knowing your worth. So, I mean, for me, this is very profound stuff in terms of when you can really dig to the source, then all of a sudden loads of challenges become less challenges. You start to understand the leadership qualities within each of those, and you'll actually get better results in your business.
Cool. So the leaders solve the pain in the marketplace. This is a really big one to learn, because your ability to become a leader becomes your ability by which you can actually recognize the pain in the marketplace. When you can identify what the pain is in the marketplace. So you can find the pain in the marketplace and you can offer the data, the information that helps people transform that pain. But without being able to speak to the pain, or without being able to identify the pain, it will be hard for you to know what it is to offer a solution for. So if you're going to be writing a post, for instance, in that post, you're going to be speaking to the person's pain, and you're going to be offering a solution to their pain in the post. And that will immediately grab their attention, especially if it's a chunk of information that they've been waiting for, or if they've been looking for, that can actually help them to grow. And if it does help them grow, they will see you as the person who shared the information with them to help them achieve that. And they will start to see you as a leader the more and more you do those kinds of activities.
I just want to go back again on that slide. Just I don't know if you guys can see here. I have posters in my room. You got Gandhi there, and you got Martin Luther King just over there. So I'm sure you can recognize them as, you know, proper leaders, right? And one thing they have in common, obviously many things, but even when it comes to the leadership characteristics here, they're very open-hearted, right? Leaders go with the heart, right? They would never think in their minds and think with the ego so much. And when you open your heart more, you're actually able to recognize the pain more. You'll feel it more, right? If you think about someone in pain, you could either ignore it and just want to get on with what you're doing, or you might feel it more. Now, if you don't have the open heart, you would just ignore it. But if you, just hold on 1 second. If you have the open heart, you'll kind of get away from what your own world has always been. You'll recognize more what the pain is that people are going through, what's going on. And as a giver, you'll actually want to take action, and you'll actually want to solve that pain, because you don't like seeing pain. You know, if you're acting with an open heart, you don't want to see that in others. So a general quality of a leader is they're very compassionate. You know, a lot of these, for example, you know, Gandhi, Martin Luther King, they solved the pain, but they did it in a non-violent way as well. Again, with an open heart. They weren't just trying to battle like it's a war. So having a more open heart actually helps you recognize the pain more. it's such a profound stuff, honestly. Maybe I feel too deep about it, but you just generally notice it more. And I've noticed this in examples where I didn't have to be the person in position to solve a problem that I could see that was going on, but I actually stepped in and I decided to take action, and actually it had a load of knock-on effects. So what you really want to do is literally go with the heart, yes, for yourself, but the more you do that, the more practice you'll have at actually having an open heart, and you'll be better at recognizing that pain. And when you're better at recognizing that pain, you're better at not just identifying it, but now you've got the ideas, what kind of solutions do I have for it? Guess what? When you're solving solutions for people, you're actually giving value like that. That's where you're going to get your results, and deservedly so. So that's a very important kind of quality to think about as well.
Cool. So how to step into your leadership. We shared one of the activities with you to learn, implement, and share all at once every day. If every day you can just make it part of your activity to learn, implement, and share something, that will be one step closer towards your leadership. Learn to speak to people's pain, what Anand was just talking about now. Become familiar with what the pain in the market is, and find out how you can actually talk to the pain and offer solutions to build a bridge from the pain to the solution. Find people's visions. Find out what are people's visions, what are their goals, where do they want to be in life, what do they want to achieve in life, and what's stopping them from getting there, and what information can you share with them that can help bridge the gap so that they can start to achieve that. So it's all about offering more value, offer more and more value. Do the leadership activities every day and take action and implement as quick as possible. Now, I know we're repeating a lot of these things, but we're doing it on purpose because sometimes you need to hear something a few times before you implement and take action on it.
Yeah, one thing you can write this down as well. This is a great formula. Honestly, my formulas are very simple, but I use them, and this is how I actually got my results, such as $3,000 days online. Give 10x value to your prospects. When I say X, I mean maybe the price of what you're going to offer, right? Give 10x value to your prospects. But more importantly, give 100x value to your team. As I mentioned already, duplication is the name of the game, and that's the big problem that people have. And if you want to live to your time, money, freedom life, you need to be able to lead a team. You need to be able to lead them such that they also become leaders, and you're not the only one doing all the work kind of thing. So just go back to the slide, Seth. The reason why I thought of that was from what you said. Yes, offer more value, right? So think of it this way, okay? Don't make your income goal to be make X. Make it your value goal to give 10x, and you will receive your income goal of X. Same with the prospect. Same with what you do with the prospects. Your team, 100x. So actually measure. Literally think how can you measure the value that you're giving, and make a record every morning, every day. How much value do I want to give out? At the end of the day, ask yourself, how much value did I actually give out? And don't just think of it as value according to what's value to you, because a lot of times we do this where we think, oh, I got some amazing information, people are going to love it. You want to make sure that you want to make sure you got the feedback to prove that what you gave was value. So that comes with testing, that comes with asking questions, that comes with getting in front of people, in that giving way, and collecting that data again. So measure how much value are you giving to someone in a given day.
What are leadership activities? What are these activities that we can do every single day? Practical activities. So these are activities that actually make you money and position yourself as a leader, so people see you as a leader. And if you want to be seen as a leader, you've got to do these activities. And when you do the activities, people will be naturally attracted to you that need leading, because it's kind of like magnetism. If you've got the lead and you're not being the leader, you can't attract the lead, because then there's no way to lead it to. So you have to step into your leadership, and then you can attract the leads, because The leader is someone who's going where the other people aren't willing to go. If you look at the picture, it illustrates it so nicely. The leader's gone right ahead and everyone is still hesitating and he's already looking about going further. Well, they're still hesitating as to the step he's taken. So it's knowing how to speak to the market's pain, giving the solutions, self-branding yourself, doing, for instance, activities like Facebook Lives, webinars, interviews, interview other leaders. One of the great ways to be seen as a leader is if you're seen with other leaders. So if you can interview other leaders, do Facebook Lives, you can interview them there, or just connecting more with leaders will allow for you to step more into your leadership role. It's all about showing your face more often, because this is something Darren shared with us recently, which made so much sense. He asked us, what is it that makes a person famous? And the conclusion,
yeah,
what's
maybe what do you guys think? What do you guys think makes someone famous in an objective kind of way? Does anyone have an idea? Have you muted everyone? Maybe someone can put it in the chat box.
They can unmute themselves.
Okay. Does anyone have an idea? What makes someone famous?
No?
Okay.
Should we just say it anyways?
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
well, what makes a person famous is how many times they've seen your face. So it doesn't matter if you're good looking or not good looking. That doesn't even matter. What matters is how many times have they seen your face? Because if we look at famous people today, there was a time when no one knew anything about them. But because we've seen them here and there and on TV and pictures all over YouTube and the internet, the more times they see your face, the more familiar they become with it, the more famous you become to them. And that was something quite cool, which kind of was awesome to know. So
but it's also something to implement, right? It's not like you want to
Yeah.
say you want to become famous, but you want to get seen, right? So Facebook Live, we've already mentioned the algorithm that helps you get seen.
yes,
So that's important, not just about, you know, the message you give, but even just showing up. 80% of success is just showing up. That means showing your face. It means being there, being consistent every day. And the reason why you will is because you know you've got this value in you that you can give. But yeah, it's same with branding as well. Again, not showing your face, sorry, branding. What that really is helping you doing is helping position yourself again as a leader. You know, if you go on Tony Robbins' page, if you go on Gary Vee's page, if you go on Tai Lopez' page, you can just see they are a leader. Now imagine if someone's not in the industry and they don't know who these people are and that they earn so much money, they've had so much success already. They can see these people are a leader. So what's wrong with branding yourself? What's wrong with positioning yourself like a real leader? You know, so a lot of people don't do that. Again, where does that stem from? It stems from self-worth. They don't think they deserve to be a leader. They don't think they deserve to be branded. There's nothing stopping anyone to brand themselves, but a lot of people don't want to do it. But when you do it, it just helps you get seen more as a leader, not in a fake way. You believe in who you are. You are going to create a brand about who you are in that way. And yeah, in all kinds of Photoshops or whatever, it can happen.
and whatever energy you're giving off in whatever way you're helping people, they're going to associate that with your face. They're going to see you. When they see your face, they're going to be like, oh, that's the person that helped me overcome this, or that person shares so much value. And that's going to make quite a difference. You know, they will associate all those learnings with you. And then if they just see you, that could be enough for them to change your state, because that's the next thing a leader can do, is they're good at changing people's states, making people feel good about themselves, making people feel excited or motivated or more driven. Leaders are able to evoke these kinds of feelings in people that makes them get moving and get stepping into action. So it's also knowing the right levels of communication. You'll find all leaders are really good communicators. They're good at talking. They're good at talking to people. They're good at building rapport with people. gaining trust with people, and they know exactly what to say when they need to say it. So what are the ingredients to become a top income earner online? First of all, you've got to have a high ticket product, a product that makes you a lot of money per sale. Because if you've got a product that makes a little bit of money, you have to sell a lot more of them than a product that generates high revenue. They offer lots of value every single day. They find lists of qualified buyers. So when you value yourself more, you will attract more value-based people. When you step into your leadership, you will attract more leaders into your business. So it's kind of a one-to-one ratio based on what you're giving off is what you're going to attract into your business. So they understand the relationship selling model. It's all about building relationships, building rapport, giving value, connecting with people, long-term gratification.
And not talking about features and benefits.
Exactly.
Don't talk about people. Please don't talk about features and benefits now that you know.
Never do it again.
I mean, the people will get to know what the features and benefits are. It's just not what the topic of conversation is going to be.
Exactly, yeah. And we think that's the first direction to go in, but it's actually counterintuitive. So it's about finding a duplicatable and automated system, overcoming internal blocks, getting out of your own way. Usually the only thing that stops us from succeeding is us standing in our own way, because all limitations are self-created. It's just about getting out of your way, creating a path where you can move freely. And this is where the mentorship is so important, because you get access to people who've already achieved the success. They've already achieved the results. They have the proven strategies. And this is where being coachable is so important, because if you're not willing to be coachable, you're not even going to do what your mentor is suggesting or sharing with you that has proven results already. So being coachable is really about surrendering your ego, surrendering your pride, and just doing what the mentor shares with you, doing what he tells you to do, because it's proven. You know, a lot of people want to go in their own direction. They want to figure out a better way to get there, a quicker way. And they just find themselves months down the line in the same place. And then they decide to become coachable, and then they get the results. So it's such a great thing if you can just be coachable from the start. It'll benefit you and shorten the learning curve by so much. I'm going to say again, it's once again how to overcome the pains of the marketplace, having the deeper insight into what the pain points are. And the leaders blaze a trail. They blaze a trail and they help others follow in their wake to get. They know they got the ticket to the promised land and they're heading in that direction. They're going in that direction. And others will see that and they will follow in their wake, because no one wants to follow a leader they don't believe has the tickets to the promised land that can get them to the goals, to their dreams, where they really want to be. The question, the big $1 million question is, will you do these activities? Will you step into action? Because not everyone is ready to do it. But now that you know what needs to be done, it's a conscious choice whether you do it or not. And you know if you don't choose to do it, you're not going to be able to live your dreams. You're not going to be able to succeed in this business. So whether you do it or whether you don't do it, it's your choice. But now that you know what it is, go for it and do it, because it's going to get you the massive results that you really want. Otherwise, what are you doing here anyways? You know, we all want to get results. We all want to achieve the greatness. But if we're not doing those activities, we're actually wasting time. And I've spent a lot of months not doing those activities. And I didn't get the success I wanted. And now that I've become coachable, and now that I'm actually taking those steps and I'm doing them, everything is changing. And it's all about making that decision, you know, making that decision. And decision is when you cut away everything else so that you can focus on what needs to be done. and committing to it, and then just going ahead and just making that happen. And this is all about how do you become the person you want to become before you are that person. Because that person that's achieving all that greatness, you might need to become something different to step into the shoes of the person that's already achieving the results. So how do you become that person? You become that person when you can act the way you want to feel, because then you will feel the way you want to act. So sometimes you just have to get into the role, and that's why the activities allow you to do that. And even if it's scary, and even if you don't want to do it, just step into that role and do it anyways, because the more you start getting into the roles that the leader plays, the more you'll start acting the way you want to feel. The more you'll start acting the way a leader feels, the more you will start to feel that way more frequently. You'll feel that way all the time. And then all of a sudden, you'll be permanently acting that way. You'll be permanently in that state. But it all comes down to, are you going to be coachable or not? So why do 97% of affiliate marketers and network marketers, why don't they succeed? Because they are not doing the leadership activities every single day. They are not in full conviction that they have the tickets to the promised land. Because if you don't believe that you have the tickets, if you don't believe you have the tickets to the promised land, no one else is going to believe you have it either. If you don't know that what you're doing and what you have and the value you possess is going to take people to their dreams, it's going to take them closer to reaching their success, it's less likely they're going to see that in you.
That's a really important thing, by the way, because there comes this conflict between, do you believe in yourself or not? But sometimes people forget it's actually not about the belief in themselves, it's a belief in what they are giving. So I experienced this when I was in my first network marketing company, where honestly, deep down, I just did not believe in the whole model. It was old school. It was, harassing your friends and family. It was all these kind of things. I believed in the model when I saw it first time. And I was like, yeah, cool. I look at this and I want to do it. But in the end, I was looking at the kind of work I had to do, what I would have to duplicate if I was to be successful with this on others, and what they'd have to go through. And I just did not see this was the smartest thing to do. But at the time, I was quite naive. I was very coachable. And I thought, this is just me being not being an entrepreneur. So this is me kind of doubting myself, me having fears that I should do it anyway and not care what people think if they think otherwise. But I'm really glad that I actually decided to step out of what I was doing there, even though I was surrounded by people who was, influencing me to want to stay there. Because what it came down to was I just didn't believe in the thing. I 100% believed in myself, but I didn't believe in the thing. But they were making me rethink that I don't have belief in myself. And it's the worst thing you can ever do to someone, to place limitations on them as if they are like this. But the reason why I mention this, I want to tell other people as well that sometimes you're not the problem. Sometimes, well, you're never the problem, but sometimes it's not about your self-belief. It's actually more about your belief in what you are offering. And if you don't believe in what you're offering, it's just never going to go down well. You're going to have a bad reputation. You might then end up having this form of selfish kind of characteristic if you just want to give it anyway, even if you don't believe in it. It really, really is 100% important that you believe in what you are offering, because all you ever want to do as a leader is you want to give stuff that solves people pain. You want to give a solution that comes with minimal pain, right? So the solution of, fine, passive income, time, money, freedom, but going through that kind of journey, I'm sorry, but I want to look for another way that would do it. And I'm glad that I did. So yeah, if you have full conviction in what you are offering, there's nothing stopping you. You're going to go out there and offer it, but you're going to learn how to offer it in the relationship market selling way, rather than, again, features and benefits, right? So that's the key thing there.
So they understand the business model. They understand what this model is, the relationship selling model. They know how it works. They don't succeed because they don't have a mentor. That is their ticket to the promised land. So there's a lot of gurus and mentors out there, but they might not have the ticket to the promised land. And if people are following them and duplicating what they're doing, they're only not going to have the success. They're not going to have get access to the promised land as well. So it's all about that. They don't succeed because they get stuck in learning mode. They just learn. And a lot of people get stuck in learning mode because they're waiting until they learn enough information before they can be ready.
Yeah, if you really think about it, like the way you're earning money is from providing and giving a service that's worth value to someone such that they're happy to pay for it. So you only get to that stage if you're sharing, if you're giving. And you only get to giving if you actually know what's worth it because you've implemented, you know something works. You're only going to give something that works. You're not going to give something that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you're only going to implement once you learn, right? So this is all happening at the same time at different levels. And as you keep going up and up the levels, you're just going to attract a larger and larger and larger audience. This is such a simple model. You just have to take action on what you learn. You take action to implement it. You get the results. You collect data. Because you want to understand that what you learn is coming from a good source, right? So the best source is obviously the mentor. But if you don't want to go down a mentor route, then you got to learn from somewhere, right? And you're going to implement these how-tos, and you're just going to implement it anyway. You're not going to think to yourself, no, I don't believe this. I need to do something more. I need to mix it with this. No, you implement straight away. You take action, and you do it anyway, and you test. Okay, I'm going to trust what this source is, and I'm going to test it. And when you test it, you're going to get feedback from it. You're going to get feedback that this either worked or it didn't, or it partially worked. And then you're going to learn how is it that I can tweak it? What can I learn more to tweak it such that I get the result that someone would want? And then when you actually got a result, that's a great thing, but it's not a great thing if you keep it to yourself. Yes, you might have got the result and that helped you get a result of an income perhaps, but the way you become a top income earner is obviously from helping others, helping the people in the masses. So if you get really, really, really used to this, don't stop yourself. This is really, really and truly what it's about. So yeah. And obviously this 97% is all come down to leadership, right?
Yeah.
People don't succeed. And one other thing I want to mention is a common praying is, people have mentors and those mentors tell them, or programs or whatever, it tells them to buy more traffic, upgrade more traffic. You need to have this. But the truth is, if you don't have leadership down, if you don't have self-worthiness, self-deservedness, if you don't have the knowing to take action, the ability of taking action down, what's going to happen if you upgrade to 5,000, 10,000 programs and you still can't even take action? Most likely you can't. So you really want to have leadership down. It's literally like saying you're in school and you're just, you're going to fail every exam in school, but they're going to say, no, you need to learn the next level. Because if you want to be a doctor, for example, you need to know this stuff at university to be able to help, save people's lives. But if you can't even pass high school and they're telling you go there, because if you eventually want to get this kind of income, you have to have that kind of, upgrade of traffic. That's the recipe for bankruptcy. And you're literally burning money when you don't know what to do with your leads. So have leadership absolutely down. And when it comes to us, we never encourage people to upgrade and pay for something that they can't actually handle. So you want to have these fundamentals down. That's important. Anyway.
And you can implement it right away. You can take this knowledge that we're sharing with you tonight, and tomorrow you can do a Facebook Live and you can share what you learned through the process. Or you can create your own webinar, get PowerPoints, create some slides, what we've done here, invite a few people and give them a presentation like this. Because the quicker you can start getting in front of people and sharing value with people, the quicker you'll position yourself as a leader. So even if it's tomorrow or the next day, do a Facebook Live, talk about what you learned here, share some of the tips with people, see the response you get, and then share the data. And that's the process. That's how it goes. That's how it starts. But it starts right away. It can start right away. You don't have to wait. So how to get to your online success and be that 3% of the people that are actually becoming successful online. So they have a right mentor, someone who has the ticket to the promised land. They have a system that does all the heavy lifting for them, complete done-for-you system. They have a proven strategy that's proven to create either 5, 6, or 7 figures. They do what others won't do. So they will have what others don't have or won't have, because the leader's going where the other people don't want to go. Most of the people don't want to do the leadership activities. These activities that we're sharing with you tonight are actually very simple activities to do, but most of the people won't do them. They won't do them. So learn, implement, share, and offer high level value to people. We've gone over this quite a few times. So just want to get a little gauge here. Are you guys receiving value from what we shared with you? Is it making some sense? Are some light bulbs going off? Are you actually getting some tips that could actually benefit your business in going to the next level? Because it's really important for us to know that you are. So now we want to introduce a little bit of the business that we're actually using. That's actually, you know, at first, you never know when something is a good decision to go for. And now that we've been taught that it's not a hype-based business, it's actually all about the data. And once you receive data that reveals certain ideas to you about the success you can actually have, that's when you can go for something like that, because I'd rather believe data than hype. So how do we discover this? You know, in our search for freedom and creating the life that truly represents our highest self. You know, everyone in life wants to achieve the time freedom. They want to have the freedom of choice to do what they want, you know, buy new things, travel. And in our search for that, this is where we discovered the network marketing and the affiliate marketing. And we discovered all these concepts and ideas that's once you implement them, they can actually help you reach your dreams. And it's really is all about just doing these simple activities that we're sharing with you today. So are you guys ready to learn about the exact business model that we are using that's helping people have $3,000 days, $6,000 days, even $9,000 days online? And Anant last week actually had a $6,000 week, which maybe you can just talk a little bit about with them, because it's actually unbelievable, man.
Yeah. I'll share my screen so we can just look at
Oh, great idea.
some things in the... Is it ready for me to share?
I
can't share it yet.
Yeah, I'm stopping share now. There you go.
Okay, sweet. Okay. Okay, so again, this isn't like a hard sell or anything, just like how we pointed out at the beginning. It's just simply sharing data, like we've been talking about, what works and what doesn't. And oops, just get rid of some of these screens. Okay, so the business we're in, like Seth mentioned, you know, you want to have something that's high ticket. There's no chance of having, you know, $6,000 weeks or $9,000 days. Some examples have been there. You know, if you don't have a high ticket product. So we're in something that is high ticket, and obviously high ticket products mean high ticket commissions have to come from high ticket products, right? So what we're essentially is in a business where everything is done for you. So what kind of activities is needed in an online business? You know, you need to drive traffic. You need to have something of value, obviously. You need to have products that solve the pain of the marketplace. You need to obviously be able to sell your value such that it's actually, you know, people actually want to pay for it. You need to have all sorts of stuff, you know. Then you want to think longer term. You want to make it a sustainable business. So you don't just want to make it a one-time sale. You want to make it continuous cash flow, because that's what a real business is. And, you know, you'll be learning about things like, you know, developing a relationship in the long term. It comes a lot from email marketing. It comes a lot from, you know, having that touch base with any kind of customer. And we're actually given a system which take you to the back office. If I'm not logged out, see what happens here. Probably logged me out now. Yep. So just give me a second. Okay, so this is actually a website that I own, and I own it because I bought it. It's actually a franchise online business, which means there's a parent company and all this sort of stuff, where I bought a franchise of a company, and what I get is I get all the products, I get all the sales funnels for products, because I'm sure you know within online marketing, you can't just obviously go to a sales page, you need to have a bit of a funnel process. So some of the products include the Easy Sketch Pro, which is a thing that we use to create the promo video. But it's got all kinds of video marketing products. But anyway, as I mentioned, this isn't about the features and benefits industry, but it is okay to talk about features and benefits when you're actually talking in terms of the challenges, the problems of the market. So, for example, generating quality leads. Actually, we get given all kinds of traffic sources that help us do that, and actual quality people who actually want to buy stuff, who actually want their vision so much that they want to buy it. What's the other ones? So you got quality leads, getting traffic, selling and upselling. How easy is it to sell? Say a $3,000 product to someone, yourself, you. It's not easy. You have to build all kinds of relationship value. You have to be confident in yourself. Can you really do that? I don't have to do that. So whilst I've made, yes, $6,000 in sales, I actually haven't done any of the selling. All I've simply done is driven traffic towards where they can actually be in a position to be shown this high ticket offer to. And we actually have professional sales coaches who have been coached by some of the best in the industry, such as Russell Brunson. And they do all this selling for me. So guess what? I've had $6,000 in sales. I haven't had to do a single sale. That's pretty cool, right? And the reason why it is because I invested into this franchise that allows me to get that high returns. But anyway, like I said, it's all about building relationships. So we get given all the email swipes that we can use to do that. And again, on an automated basis, which is great. I just want to take you through from our Facebook group, for example, you can see the kind of results that people are getting, which I think it will show. $9,000 in a single day. This is just crazy stuff. And they don't just show it in text. They actually go behind the scenes and give videos of what's actually happening. Could you imagine seeing all these kind of results in your team? How much energy it will give you? Because sometimes that's really important, the energy of your team. So it's some really cool stuff, right? I just would not ever have imagined this sort of stuff is even possible, but it actually is. So yeah, there's the back office. It can give you all the data as well, how much sales you're making. One thing that's really cool is you can track how much your pages are being clicked on, and you can actually collect the data on that, which is really, really important. So in terms of helping you analyze and understanding more what's working in your marketing. So that's the beauty of this kind of business. For every $3,000 franchise sale you make $1,500 commissions, which is a crazy amount without having to do any selling. And you own the website, so you can choose what you want to do. You can get people to work for you, you can get people to affiliate for you, and you can decide the comp plan that you want to give to them to incentivize them. So it's a beautiful model. And also, very important when it comes to selling and stuff. You don't just go for that high ticket. You need to have something low ticket. And the products that we have within this back office, this is the stuff that we sell that comes through the sales funnels. They're all low ticket stuff. Some of them are actually free. And then they come into a system that takes it through them automatically. You don't actually have to do anything because it's all set up so logically. So if you think about all the pain points in the market, maybe I'll just take away my screen again. If you think about all the pain points in the market, there is literally zero pain points. Like if you think about what are the different challenges in the market, you don't have to sell to friends and family. You don't have to harass them. You don't have to think, where do I generate quality leads from? You don't have to sell, and you don't have to upsell. You just simply have to give value, be seen as the leader, such that they appreciate your value and they want to come towards you for it. Because at the end of the day, these products, they're very high converting. And when you have it in a franchise and you own that and you put it under your name, your business, that's precious, right? And there's a lot of people out there who want to get out of their jobs, a lot of people out there who want to create a new marketing budget for themselves, but they just can't. So yeah, the key thing there is to have high conversions, and that's helped a lot when you have professional sales coaches doing the high ticket offer selling for you, because they're just good at speaking to people's pain. They know how to get them to buy, and they know how to offer value as well. So brilliant stuff there. Within, that's just the business on its own. But even better than that is if you can, I showed you that because I want to show you, can you think of a system out there that does stuff like that for you? If it does, that's great. Then you just want to make sure it comes with the right support that actually takes you again to the promised land, that it comes with the leader that takes you to the promised land, and a leader that actually has time for you, not just someone who's good at getting their results in their business, has time for you to help you grow. Your business grows the more you grow. And they actually share all their strategies rather than telling you to upgrade and then they're going to upsell to you. So yeah, just wanted to share that. Have you got any more slides, or should I flip back to mine?
There's one more slide, but that's basically
Okay, quickly go for yours and then we'll almost wrap up.
Yeah, it's just introducing the packages, that's all.
Okay, sure.
Let me go in there. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. We really just wanted to share a lot of value with you about how to step into your leadership and how to live that life of your dreams and what's stopping you from getting there. So while we're sharing this with you, we just wanted to give you a sneak peek at the business we're using that's helping us, because it's so nice to share things that other people can utilize. My mentor always said to me that if you wanted to have massive success online, you have to find a mentor, have a done for you complete system, and have a strategy, a proven strategy that allows you to get the success, something that is tried and tested. Because then if you're coachable and you just follow all those steps, it's inevitable that you're going to get the same results if you're coachable and you do all the steps that are presented to you. So we also just wanted to share with you some packages we've put together. If anyone out there is looking for mentorship or looking for coaching or looking for someone who can guide them to that promised land. So now I'm just going to share some of these packages with you and just explain exactly what they're all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I start sharing?
Yeah, you can start sharing now.
Coolio. Okay guys, we're aware of the time, so we won't be too long, but we just want to put this out there for you guys. So, you know, we feel like you've gotten something absolutely from the day on top of all the value you've got. And, you know, we don't want to just keep what we have to ourselves. So we'll go through this. Everyone can see the screen, right? Option number one, in terms of package, perhaps, you know, we're going to offer some stuff. You're going to say, no, thanks. You know, thank you so much for sharing though. And, you know, we'll still stick around for the free bonus that, you know, we've promised to offer. So we'll definitely get there.
Definitely.
But before all that, we just want to thank you guys for your time. And we really appreciate as well if you have any feedback, because at the end of the day, as leaders, we want to do stuff and we want to learn and get better, right? You only get better through understanding how things have gone and what you can do to be better. So that's all we ask for a bit. You say no thanks, but we should ask for a little bit of feedback as well, how much value you've got. Before I go into there. Now, all the remaining options that I'm going to show you, we're so confident in our level of service. We're so confident in our level of ability to help create leaders and to help implement the strategies that we know. I mean, learn, implement, share is the main strategy, but we know a number of strategies within that you can learn, implement, share. And we're so confident that if you implement and do that as well as share that, then you're going to be successful in not just your business, but if you want to be part of the business that we're in as well, we're very confident that we can take you there. Because I've already got a bunch of students that I help and work with as well, and I give them a ton of value. And again, like I keep saying, the name of the game is giving value. So there is a deadline, and that's this Friday, 17th of March at 9 p.m. Because honestly, we're giving some very generous offers here today. As we said, we are franchise owners. We are business owners. We get to choose what is it that we get to offer and what we do. And in anything that we offer, we do also offer to have a 30-minute free coaching call after this webinar about any challenges that you face, any strategies that you'd wish to know about that can help you in your business on top of what we shared already today. And as well as that, if you want to talk about the following options that come up, you can include that as well. So option number two, which is what we did. We went franchise. We bought a franchise at $3,000. Now, you don't have to fork out $3,000 all in one go. There is actually a payment plan offer, which is basically $1,000 a month for 3 months. In fact, it's over 4 months, so you start off with less than $1,000. But the value of that is, I don't think I mentioned it here, it's actually $23,000 of what you're getting, when you get to learn what the whole system is. Think about it. You own your own business. You own the name, the brand. You can do whatever you want with it. You're going to have access to $1,500 commissions. In any program you go for, 50% commissions is the way to go. And if it's high ticket, even better. It's all done for you. So you don't have to create all these sales funnels pages. You don't have to find ways of how to attract traffic through creating all these extra sort of things. And again, it comes with their sales coaches who are going to do that heavy lifting for you. It doesn't come with any pain points. If you can, challenge me with a pain point about what it is, I'm happy for you to talk to me about that. And with that, which is a bonus, we're going to offer our personal mentoring. So this is, for example, myself and Seth, who know the business model, who understand this industry, who actually are students of Millionaire Mentoring, who get to learn so much. And we actually are happy to share that with our team. And we actually give everything we got. We don't give everything in one go because we know it's very overwhelming. It's about a process of progress, but just know that's the kind of value that you have there, where you have access to strategies in Millionaire Mentoring, as well as constant accountability, constant, just ways of checking up on you. And remember, at the end of the day, our goal is to get you results. Why? Because if we can prove that we can get you results, and then we can market that, hey, we can get other people results, guess what? Other people will be interested because they want to get their own results too. So remember what I'm saying? We're very confident in this kind of service that we can offer. So the value of just a franchise alone is $23,000. And I would say our mentorship, honestly, is, is time, is everything. But, we don't think so much of that. But you're definitely getting more than $23,000 when you include our personal mentorship, because we don't have to do that, but we want to do that. And the offer price for that, we're actually going to throw the mentorship for free, because we're so confident that we can help you get results in this model. If you have the right mindset, if you choose to take action like a leader, we can have that. Now, as we said earlier, you must have leadership absolutely down before you think of doing high ticket stuff. So unless you feel you're an action taker so much that you feel confident that you can handle this level of value, this level of investment, great. But we know that's not normally the case, and we never encourage and push people to do that. So another option, you actually take our system, the whole done for you system, for a test drive. And that's only at $77. We call that a pro membership, one-time payment, $77. And what you get with that is you have access to all the products so that you can market it, and you can earn 50% commissions from any single one product, which you can choose the price for as well. And you just have access to all the training again. It's all done for you. So that includes all the email swipes, it includes all the email marketing, the sales funnels, traffic sent to you, all sorts of stuff. It again includes our mentoring, which, again, I honestly believe is priceless, when we're happy to give so much that we have. And also the mentoring, it's not just something that's applicable for this specific business. It's applicable for anyone, like we said, but in the relationship marketing business, which is what this whole webinar was for. And again, like I said, it's up to us what kind of compensation plan that we want to offer you. So I'm actually going to decide that right now, and I'm going to say it over here. So just so you understand, you make money by making sales on products, or you make money by making sales of what we call this pro membership, which is the $77 kind of ticket. But if someone goes from pro, let's say someone that you sign up goes from pro to franchise, which means they pay $3,000 and, you know, they went franchise, you wouldn't get access, obviously, to $1,500 commissions. That would actually go to me because it's my franchise. So you would only benefit from 50% of them going pro. But if someone via your traffic actually decides, because they see the value so much more, and also they've maybe just got more access to money compared to you, they decide to go franchise because they want to have $1,500 full commissions and they want to own their own business, I will get $1,500 through your work. Now, that's not something you want to do. And I want to give someone incentive that actually, at going at $77, they're getting a very high return. So my offer is actually, I'm going to get $1,500 commissions from anyone that you bring in that ends up going franchise. And I'm going to give you $500. $500 out of my $1,500 is going to go to you from your traffic. I mean, you're going in at $77 and you're going to have the potential to earn $500 without paying any more. This isn't going to be like, oh, then you come in and you're going to find out you have to buy some more stuff. No, you're going to get that from me. And the strategies that you're going to implement are not stuff that's only applicable to this business. It's applicable to any business. And it's the mindset, and it's the mentorship, accountability, getting you results. That's the main thing. So that's crazy. Okay. So I don't know what the value you could call that. Obviously you got $500 commissions, but honestly, I would value that as more than $1,000 easily. So I'm going to put that over there. It's literally like $1,000 value, including obviously our mentorship time. And you're going to have that for $77. And again, I'm actually going to offer money back guarantee on that because I'm so confident that I can see that you'll get results and that you'll enjoy our mentorship, because we do things in a very enjoyable way as well. So just to let you know as well, when someone goes franchise, there's no different work to do than being a pro. A pro member's job is just to get traffic into the website. If they see more value and they want more from it, they'll go franchise. Same with the franchise owner like myself. My job, like I said, is just bring people to the website, bring people through this offer. But what do they really buy? Remember, you're selling them their vision and they're buying your value. They have to see your value before they even take a look at this crazy kind of offer. So that's that option. Option number 4 is you got so much on your plate, you don't want to see another business. You can see the value of that previous offer, but you don't want to, you just don't want to take your attention off anything else. But as we say, we are leaders. You know, we're not in this only for ourselves. We are givers and we are interested. We want to help solve the pain of the marketplace, including any pain or challenges that you are going through in yours. So what we're actually going to offer is we're going to offer our mentorship, which, it can include being a My.com business, which is the franchise that we're in, or it's just solely about your business. And again, the strategies apply to any business. And we're going to offer 10 hours of coaching over the next 30 days. And, the value of that, again, it's our time. And we've got lots of students that we help already as well, but our own value to gain. Like I could go out there and try and get way more franchise sales, and that could be worth a lot. But, that's crazy value as well. So, let's call that again, $1,000. Just, helping you with that. And we're only going to offer that at $177. So you're going to get access to all the mentoring that we give to our students anyway within My.com business. You're going to be able to pick up from that, and you're going to be able to implement either in My.com or in your own business. And the reason why we an extra 100, because obviously we're taking our time out. It's not our business. So we don't understand what it is you're doing yet, but we'd love to be able to help and see what we can offer, especially anything even to do with mindset, but yeah, strategies as well. And just to let you know, we can't do stuff for you. Like we can't do the building of sales funnels like we've already got set up in our business, which is what you need in order to help the conversion process and to get things more automated eventually as well. So yeah, just to let you know, that's another option that we'd like to offer as well. And finally, we did say if you stick all the way till the end, then you will get a special bonus. And that is Easy Sketch Pro, where you'll get to download the software completely for free from our website, from our franchise. So just expand on what this tool poster is. It is the #1 Doodle software. It's so easy to use. Honestly, we have so much fun using it. And could you imagine how much engagement you could have on your posts, how much engagement you could have in your adverts, how much engagement just towards anyone if you're a creative person with a message. And remember, like I said, this increases engagement crazy, and that number is no lie. It boosts sales quite a lot. And we've all experienced that in the company so much. So it's a brilliant tool, and you'll get it completely for free as a token of gratification for staying with us the whole way and listening to us. And hopefully we did get a lot of value. Don't just want you to stay here just for the sake of it. But yeah, this product, it retails, I think it retails at around $37 to $67. It depends around the time and the types of packages you get with it. But yeah, like I said, don't need to write it out here. Well, I'll write it anyway. You'll get it for $0. And that happens when you, that will happen by basically you sending us a private message or email saying you want access to the free software. And, we're happy to show you how it works, how you can use it in your business. So there are the offers, but the deadline for those offers, because I hope you can see that that's a lot of value. The deadline for that offer is Friday, 17th of March, 9 p.m. GMT, because 9 p.m. is when we're going to hold our first training of any kind of marketing mentoring session that we're going to hold for our teams. So those are the offers, just quickly running through them again in case you want to take screenshots or you watch on the replay later. But the deadline is Friday, 17th of March. And do remember, all these offers we mentioned come with money back guarantee, right? So it's totally down to you whether you're interested or not. We're very confident that we can deliver on what we promise. And with all these offers, like we said, you have a chance to speak to us half an hour as a call. We'll send you any relevant information that you wish to ask for. So that is the sharing side of things.
Voila. Cool, man.
There we
Thank
go.
you. Thanks for going to that. That's so informative. So guys, thank you for staying tuned with us this long. We appreciate it so much. If you need any assistance with your mindset, with your marketing, reach out to us. We love helping people. We love seeing people get to the next level. And if you're interested in any of these packages that's a non-presented, reach out to us, speak to about that. We're super excited to hear from you. Anyone out there in the universe, whoever it may be, listening to this broadcast. So stay tuned. And is there anything else you'd like to say to end off, Anand?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks obviously as well, everyone, for joining on whenever you could. Just remember, this is a personal development and leadership model. This is all about you becoming the leader, for you, not just to help lead others, but you to lead yourself. Take action, learn something, implement something, share something. When you do that constantly, successfully, not just where your confidence grow, you'll do it at such speed, you're going to grow like crazy to an audience. So if you have one takeaway for the day, please remember, learn, implement, share, all at the same time. But yeah, we are here during the week. Please reach back to us about any of the offers if they interest you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on a private message as well. If you want to book in a half an hour free coaching call as well, we can't wait to hear from you too. So I'm happy with that. Thanks a lot.
Great. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with more value soon. Stay tuned and have a super lovely night.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.